Chaparral Stadium, the San Marcos Fighting Rattlers. Captains are now meeting at midfield, representing the Rattlers. Number 10, Jesse Balboa. Number 20, Winton Wheeler. Number 21, Vince Natal. And number 64, Tyler Menard. And the captains for the Chaparrals, number 8, Hunter Coleman. Number 65, Gino Troy. Number 44, Joey Thomas. And number 49, Mark Maroney. We'll turn it over to the referee. Westlake won the toss and elects to receive. San Marcos will defend the south end zone. And now please rise for the national anthem. Thanks to the American Sign Language students Jenny Robertson and Rachel Fulmer for doing the sign interpretation at midfield. Referees for tonight's game. Officials are from the Austin football chapter of the Texas Association of Sports Officials. Howard Seitzman is the referee. Ray Parker, the umpire. Harvey Jeffries, the linesman. The line judge is Aaron Webb. The back judge is Mark Thompson, and the timer is Calvin Town.
What you need to look for if you're a Westlake fan. Just pay attention to Westlake tonight and to San Antonio Roosevelt's game against Judson tomorrow. If the outcomes of those two games are similar, meaning Westlake wins and Roosevelt wins, then we are here next Friday. If the outcomes are opposite, meaning we lose and Roosevelt wins or vice versa, then Westlake travels to San Antonio next Saturday for a 2 o'clock game.
The Westlake Chaparrals will get it first, and they are wearing silver helmets with the customary red W, red jerseys with white numbers, silver pants trimmed with white and blue, while San Marcos, the visiting team tonight here at Chaparral Stadium, Purple helmets with the white letters S and M on them, white jerseys with black numbers, purple pants, and black socks. It is taken on the far side of the field and up to the 28-yard line goes for the Westlake Chaparrals Landry Clark, a gain of 18 yards, and Westlake will take over 1st and 10 from their own 28 and move from our left to our right. Bill Walker, the starting quarterback, had a pretty good game last week, 9 of 12 for 176 yards, 4 touchdowns, and 1 pick. His offensive line from left to right, Matt Crozier, Ryan Lucas, Justin Bowles, Gino Troy, and Carl Olson. Joey Thomas had a great game last week. He's the tight end. Aaron Garza split out. In the backfield, it's Slutz and Campbell. In motion from left to right is Aaron Garza. On 1st and 10, we're glad you're with us as we're just underway, and we have a flag and a whistle, and it's a legal procedure against the offense, which gives us a little bit more time to delve into this Westlake offense. Tyler Campbell, a week ago, John, he was a monster. 32 carries, 244 yards, and 3 touchdowns last week against Austin High.
Well, and you go back even a little further, Mark, we talked about that. 51 carries, 320 yards the last 2 weeks. False start against the offense as Joey Thomas tried to get out of his break just a little bit soon. Anyway, that's 160 yards rushing per week. Now, if Tyler gets 150 or more tonight, then they are peaking just in time for the playoffs.
The wide side of the field is the right side as that backs him up 5 yards. It's now 1st and 15 just underway from Chaparral Stadium. Twins right, one to the left. Inside handoff to Campbell, who's hit at the line of scrimmage and propels himself forward for a couple of yards before Josh Martinez brings him down. This defense, John Medani, the top defense in the area. They are phenomenal, especially against the run, averaging or allowing just 88 rush yards per game, 208 total yards per game, and yielding just 10.1 points.
Well, they're very, very good. Now, they put a lot of pressure on your rushing game because you will frequently see up to 8 guys in the box, and that does put a lot of pressure on their corners and the safety. So if Westlake finds an opportunity, I wouldn't be surprised to see them go to Aaron Garza early.
2nd and 12 from the Westlake 27-yard line. Wide side of the field is the left side. Walker rolls that direction. Pressure coming. He is drilled and dropped back inside the 20-yard line by Josh Skrupa. Skrupa, the 5'10", 185-pound senior, is the leading tackler on this San Marcos defense, and he came straight up the middle untouched to drop Walker for an 8-yard loss.
Well, Skrupa's the leader of that defense. He was an all-district performer a year ago. Very important to get him back, and no question about that. Now, the roll left to the short side of the field gave the secondary a little bit of an easier time in covering the routes, and so I think that maybe, so many times with Westlake, you see him run a play and it sets up something for later. So it's very early in the game, but this is a very important 3rd down here early for Westlake.
Walker under center, 3rd and 20. 10:24 left to play in the first. We're just underway. Walker, short drop, throwing right for Thomas. Has him, and a 1st down for the Chaps, bringing the crowd to its feet. He's out across the 45-yard line, a gain of 28. Joey Thomas, who entered this game as the leading receiver on the Chaparral offense with 31 carries for 470 yards. He averages just over 15 yards per reception, and that average will go up after picking up 28, getting a 1st down for the Chaps and moving it out to the 47-yard line.
Well, we said that defensive scheme puts a lot of pressure on your secondary, in particular your corners, and that time Jesse Balboa, 5'10", just could not leap with the 6'5" Thomas.
This time Walker in the shotgun from the right hash, takes the snap, pressure coming. Campbell gives him a great block on the slant. It's Thomas, makes one miss. He's inside the 40 of the San Marcos Rattlers, and a perfect pass from Bill Walker, a gain of 16, and Ivan Rodriguez on the stop. But Joey Thomas, 2 straight catches.
Well, absolutely. Now, you can also see why the decision to go into the shotgun. San Marcos getting a lot of pressure. They're just going to outnumber Westlake at the line of scrimmage. You're going to send 7 or 8 against a 6-man front. You're going to get some guys loose. Being in the shotgun gives him a little extra time to get that pass away.
Tight end right is Thomas. Toss left, Campbell with blockers in front of him. Gets a great block from Bailey. Splits 2 defenders, takes a jolt, picks up 5. Down to around the 32-yard line. And a nice hit from Jeremy Reichel, who came up from the secondary. And, John, when you look at this defense, they play pretty much a 4-4 with 3 guys in the secondary.
Well, and very important, if you're going to play like that, very important to have the middle of your defense very strong, and they are strong defensively. The 4 guys on the front line, Matt Mathis, Nate Langford, Josh Robertson, Josh Martinez. The backers, Philip Villegas, Mike Rodriguez, Josh Skrupa, and Ivan Rodriguez. Hazlett and Balboa, the corners, Jeremy Reichel, the safety.
On 2nd down, 5 yards to go, another handoff to Campbell, and this time he's wrapped up by Skrupa who really did a nice job filling the gap at right guard. We'll give him 3. And now, 8 minutes and 46 seconds remaining in the opening quarter. No score here at Chaparral Stadium. It's going to be 3rd and short. And Tyler Campbell now needs just 42 yards to eclipse 1,000 for the season.
And again, Mark, just to expand on that defense, they got to be solid in the middle. It's kind of like baseball, where your pitcher, your shortstop, second base, and center field all have to be sturdy. You're going to find that in this defensive lineman. Your leading tackler is going to be your 2 inside backers and your free safety, and sure enough, that's the case for San Marcos as well.
Here's Walker. This time a toss right to Campbell, again with blockers in front of him, but he's hit at the line of scrimmage and pounds forward for close to 4. I think he's got enough for the first down, and that should move the sticks. He was stopped initially around the line of scrimmage, but we've said it time and again this season, John, Campbell does not get stopped on the initial hit.
Just a great finisher. I think in game 1 we talked about that when the first game that he took the field this season. He said you just like the way that he finishes runs. Very rarely is he rocking backwards. He's always stretching forward, and that time he definitely looked like a man who knew where the marker was.
Well, he got the first down. It's now 1st and 10 from the 26. Pump fake. Here's Walker going right for Garza. Has him. It's caught very close to the sideline. They rule it a catch, a reception at the 5-yard line, and it is a gain of 21. Bill Walker looks very sharp here through the first couple of minutes of this one.
Well, first play of the game, Westlake rolls to the left and tries to test Aaron Hazlett, number 2, the corner on that side. Didn't quite work, ended up in a sack. Now 3 consecutive times in this drive, they go to the right corner and pick on Jesse Balboa, and you've got 3 completions.
1st and goal from the 5-yard line. The Chaps have moved down the field, started at their own 28. They have it at the Rattler 5. Split backs behind Bill Walker, a wide receiver to the right. It's Gullah in motion toward the center, and we have whistles and flags. And this is, again, motion on the Westlake offense. Look like the left side of that line.
Yeah, Ryan Lucas maybe just a little bit eager. One might say that the run was going to go.
12-star offense.
Howard Seitzman, our referee, and we should probably tell you the rest of that officiating crew. Umpire is Ray Parker. The head linesman is Harvey Jeffries, the line judge Aaron Webb, and the back judge Mark Thompson. I know Ray Parker, he's legally blind. That's not true. I do know him. That is true.
I hope he's not. He was parking cars out here before the game.
So it's 1st and goal now from the 10-yard line. Second penalty of the night on the Chaps. Gullah in motion toward the center. Split backs, handoff. It's Campbell, who's knocked off his feet at the line of scrimmage and plows forward for a couple. Let's go downstairs and check in with Chuck Licata.
Mark, one thing you brought up, San Marcos with the top-ranked defense in Central Texas, but they've given up 1,113 passing yards. That's 9th out of 16 teams. So they're middle of the pack there. Their top interceptor, Dylan Dabblegot, is not in the game tonight, and their tallest secondary defender stands at 6 foot tall. So going against Joey Thomas, I'm sure you'll see a few plays to him tonight.
Thanks, Chuck. 2nd and goal from the 7-yard line. Walker in the shotgun. Back split to either side. Now Slut's in motion to the right. Walker looking right. Guns it across the middle. Wide open Thomas. And a touchdown for the Westlake Chaparrals. Somebody missed an assignment. And how do you miss a guy who's 6'5", wide open in the end zone?
He was lined up, it looked like a crossing route. He was lined up, split wide to the right, but he ended up on a post. And I think that Westlake might have released somebody from the interior, ran a flag route, ran interference, took the defender. I know it was the motion man. That's exactly what happened. When they sent Jim Slutz in motion, he drew the coverage, and that allowed Joey to just sneak in there with the skinny post, and he was wide open.
Minnick holds on the extra point. Gray's kick is up, and it is good. 7:09 left to play in the first. Westlake on the board first. It's the Chaps 7. Rattlers get the ball for the first time tonight right after this.
As the Chaparrals line up to kick off across the middle. Dickerson, Coleman, Park, Maroney, Dillard, Nokovitis, McGinnity, Bentley, Shearer, and Coy. Cleaning it up Richard Gray. Boyoni.
Back at Chaparral Stadium, where the Chaparrals have taken their opening drive, marched down the field 71 yards on 10 plays, almost 5 minutes off the clock. Billy Walker hitting Joey Thomas 7 yards out, PAT good, and the Chaps strike first, leading San Marcos 7-0. And here's the kick with Mark Holmes.
And Richard Gray will try to boot it with very little wind here tonight. A gorgeous night for football, and the kick will be taken at the 7-yard line, up the middle and dropped at the 22-yard line is, I believe, Jeremy Reichel, who took it from about the 5 or 7-yard line and brought it up across the 20. This San Marcos offense is a very difficult one to figure out, John, because they do a lot of misdirections. It's very confusing for a defense. They operate out of very tight sets, meaning there's not a lot of wide receivers who are flanked out toward the sideline, and they line up very close to the line of scrimmage. Kyle Pringle is the quarterback, and he'll keep it on the QB sneak across the 25, out across the 30-yard line, and close to a 10-yard gain as Hunter Coleman comes up to make the stop. Let's give you that Rattler offense. The left tackle is Stephen Jones, the left guard Brian Ramirez. Brandon Peterson is the center, Daniel Gonzalez at right guard, and the right tackle is Marcus Bundage. Tight end is Hunter Esmiol. Aaron Hazlett's the wide receiver tonight, and behind Pringle, Justin Romo, Justin Gonzalez, and we will also see Winton Wheeler throughout the night. Very, very, very tight set, and it's a handoff, and running hard is Justin Romo, the 5'8", 180-yard, check that, 180-pound junior, and he picks up 3 on the play. So he actually got a first down on that first play from scrimmage. It's now second down, about 7 yards to go. John, how about the Westlake defense?
Well, 3 men across the front, the interior, Mark Baroni, Josh Root, and Bob Kaspar. The ends, Michael McGinnity and Ty Linder in the middle. Yogi Yokobitis and Donnie Dillard will smack you. The corners, Koyani and Landry Clark. Jordan Street and Hunter Coleman are the safeties.
And it's second down, play action. It's the quarterback around the right side across the 40, backpedaling up to the 44-yard line. Pretty good run for the quarterback, Kyle Pringle, and Jordan Street able to make the tackle, but not before San Marcos picks up the first down. So we're exactly midway through the opening quarter. Westlake on top of San Marcos, 7-zip. Mark Honig, John Madani, Chuck Licata, Thomas D. Lee on the stats, Ryan Brooks, our spotter, and Mike Pirtle, our on-site engineer, and we're glad you're with us tonight on AM 1300 The Zone. First down, 10 yards to go from the 44 of San Marcos as they move from our right to our left. Play action, Pringle to throw for the first time tonight, and it's complete to Wheeler, and Wheeler on the far sideline knocked out of bounds after a gain of 15. So the first pass, a success for Bruce Bush's group, and another first down for the San Marcos Rattlers.
You know, Mark, one of the things that's so hard about this offense to decipher the keys, on that particular play it was a rollout pass, but both guards pulled and went down the line for max protection. Well, that's the same kind of a key you would have as if it were a running play to the right, so you're really not telling the defense run or pass.
Another handoff. This time it's Justin Romo around the right side. This time only 2, as Donnie Dillard was there along with the linebacker Yogi Yokobitis. Let's talk about Yokobitis and Dillard for a minute, John, because they had some big shoes to fill with Fisher and Gatewood leaving last year, and they have stepped in and really done a tremendous job. Well,
they've been very, very good, and more than that, they've been disciplined. When you take on an offense like this is assignment football. I mean, you never know who's going to come near you, and you don't know who's going to. It's almost like defending the triple option. It's just run different.
2 backs very close, and a wing back who gets the call. And around the right side, it's Winton Wheeler. Winton usually lines up at that wing back position. He started on the left and went around the right-hand side and picks up 6. And Wheeler has scored 5 touchdowns so far this season and garners about 8.1 yards per carry.
Well, and wingback that's your most dangerous guy in this type of offense, a guy that's adept at running, coming around the end, but also a guy fleet of foot who can get down the field, stretch the field, and catch a pass. He can certainly do both.
From the right hash, third and very short, and it is a handoff up the gut. Justin Gonzalez. Gonzalez, the 5'7", 160-pound senior who came into this one with 12 touchdowns and 543 yards. He's going to be a little bit short of the first down, John, and decision time for Bush.
Well, and Pringle looks upset at himself, too. He probably realized he should have kept that. He would have had a better chance at the first down, but You see Coach Bush going for it here early, taking the first chance.
And the crowd into it here at Chaparral Stadium. A big play here early in the contest. 5 down linemen for the Chaps. Pringle sends Wheeler in motion, tosses it out to him. The defense is there, cuts back and has the first down. A nice move by the wingback Winton Wheeler, who looked like he was in jail on the near side, but cut inside a tackle and was able to scoot forward for enough for the first down. He picked up 5 on what was only needed about a yard.
We talked about that, him being the most dangerous guy, and that looked like just the little rocket pitch, although it wasn't quite naked. The pitch got out there. Jordan Street had him cornered, tried to break down to make the tackle, and just a nice cut to the inside by Wheeler. Was able to get enough yards to keep the sticks moving.
Double tighten the wing back, fake it, and the quarterback Pringle's got it, and he is swung down to the ground at the 22-yard line by Donnie Dillard. And we're going to see a lot of misdirection tonight as Winton Wheeler will line up as a wing back. Sometimes he will get the ball at right guard when he's on the left side. Sometimes he will get it at left guard when he's lined up at the right side. And other times we'll see the quarterback, Kyle Pringle, keep it on the play like we did on that one.
I really thought they could have called motion against San Marcos on that penalty. It wasn't quite a true motion. It looked like Wheeler came up out of his stance just a shade early.
Second down, 8 yards to go. Maybe call it 7.5. 4 down linemen and a stand-up end for the Chaps. Wheeler in motion, handoff up the middle. Running hard is Justin Romo, and Romo close to another first down to the 17-yard line. Yokobitis on the stop.
Well, we need to mark down that first play, converting that 4th down opportunity, especially if San Marcos is able to go ahead and punch it in, because we heard Coach Bush talk about some plays he'd like to have back in his loss a week ago to Bowie. He said he should have done some things, maybe gambled a little bit too much, so it'll be curious to see how this game unfolds.
3rd down, about 2 yards to go. Pringle to the line. 4 down linemen, a stand-up end for the Chaps, maybe some early movement, and Pringle's got it on the QB sneak inside the 15. He's got enough for the first down, needed 2, picked up 3, and Yokobitis was there to make the tackle.
He was more than there, Mark. That was a terrific play. Brian Ramirez led that all the way, and it looked like that was going to pop for a lot of room. Yokobitis came on, took on the block of Ramirez, was able to get his right arm out there and brought Pringle down basically with an arm tackle. That tells you how strong he is. That's a quarterback who's used to being hit and he's run for a lot of yards.
2:07 left to play in the first quarter. The Chaps leading the Rattlers 7-0, but San Marcos on the move. It's 1st and 10 from just inside the 15-yard line. In motion is Wheeler, and a handoff at right guard. This time Justin Gonzalez is inside the 10, and they are picking up quality yardage on every handoff. This time they get 8, John. It is 2nd and 2, and it looks like the Chaparral defense is struggling to pick up this offense, and rightly so. They never, ever see it throughout the course of a season, and it's very hard to replicate in practice.
Well, not only that, it's hard. You know, so many teams will beat themselves, and this is a high percentage offense.
2nd down, 2 yards to go. Oh, what a hit as Romo is drilled. Hunter Coleman came up along with Donnie Dillard, and they absolutely smacked the ball carrier, and actually a loss of 1 on the play, making it 3rd down and about 3 yards to go.
See, we talked about that. You know, it's a high percentage because it's only handoffs. There's very little passing, although I found it interesting. They passed the 2nd and 3rd down of their first possession. They were able to convert that, so it'll be interesting to see if they try to pass it into the end zone here. Westlake, typically very tough once you get into their red zone.
From the right hash, 3rd and 3. And after a lot of misdirections, it's a handoff to Wheeler around the right side. He does not pick up the first down, gained 1, and ran into the waiting arms of Yogi Yokobitis. That time, a very disciplined play by the Westlake defense to stay in their assignments.
Yeah, now this is not a 4th and 1. This is a 4th and 3 plus, almost 4th and 4. And I think you're going to see San Marcos has sent the field goal unit out here, and they've got a good kicker. So this may be high percentage as well.
Matt Field is the place kicker, and this will be about a 24-yard attempt.
Tough
angled
yeah.
to the left. Play clock winding down. Here's the snap. Ball is down. The kick from Field is up, and the kick is good. So with 5 seconds remaining in the opening quarter, the San Marcos Rattlers have found the scoreboard. Our new score, Westlake 7 and San Marcos 3. We're going to keep it right here. And an opportunity to remind you that UT football happens tomorrow on the Zone. Number 4 Texas here in Austin taking on Baylor. Our pregame coverage begins at 8:30 in the morning from Schultz Beer Garden. 16th and San Jacinto with Bucky and Aaron. Then it's Major Applewhite and Kevin Dunn at 9:30. And Craig Keith and BJ at 10:30. Kickoff, of course, 11:30. Right here on the Longhorn Station, AM 1300, The Zone. Pretty impressive drive by the San Marcos Rattlers.
I would say so, Mark. A 15-play, 78-yard drive that ate almost 7 minutes off the clock at 6:56, culminating with a 24-yard field goal by Matt Field. You're talking about a situation now where each team has had the ball once, and the first quarter's over. I mean, we've got 5 seconds to go after the kick. It'll be the second quarter. So you're talking about a quick-moving ball game and two offenses that are executing very well right now.
And two defenses that have a lot of work to do because of the impressive performances by their opposing offense. So Westlake will get it for the second time tonight. They will move from our left to our right. Field will kick it off as the football is teed up at the 40-yard line. Really a perfect night for football. It's fall weather, and everyone's got some light jackets on, but really a nice climate for a high school football game. Kick was a little bit short, and it went right. So along the far sideline is Landry Clark bringing it up to the 28 or 9-yard line. That's where the Chaps will get it for the second time tonight. That's the end of the opening quarter with our score. Westlake 7, San Marcos 3, and Westlake football continues after this.
And now may I direct your attention to the Jumbo Shack. Westlake High School would like to recognize 5 senior varsity football players in the unique distinction of having earned the highest honor awarded by the Boy Scouts of America, the Eagle Scout Award. They are Bob Casper, Chris McMartin, Philip Becker, Ryan Lucas, and Sean Brown. Congratulations for these young men. A special note, one of Westlake's own, Derek Long, the coach, is also an Eagle Scout.
Second quarter about to get underway. Westlake on top of San Marcos 7-3. Walker pump fake, pressure coming. Throws off his back foot for Garza. Down the middle and overshoots him. His first incompletion of the night. He was awesome in the opening quarter.
Well, and the first incompletion of the game. Two teams that like to run the ball had started this game 5 for 5 for 87 yards combined. That's our first incomplete pass, and we had to get to the second quarter to do it. So, like we said, two offenses that have come in here very sharp so far, two defenses that are going to sort things out. I'm sure that San Marcos wishes they could have cashed in and gotten the 6 instead of a field goal, because the way these teams are trading punches right now, it looks like you got to have 7s, not 3s to come out tonight.
Shotgun, Bill Walker, the senior quarterback, the lefty, with backs to either side. Now he sends Campbell in motion to the right. No one picks him up. Walker looking down the middle of the field for Garza. It goes off his hands and incomplete. Second straight play, he's gone for the talented wide receiver, the senior Aaron Garza, and Jeremy Reichel was there on the coverage. But John, I don't know if you saw that as Tyler Campbell went in motion from the backfield out to the right-hand side. Nobody went with it.
Well, I saw it. I'm sure the Westlake coaches saw it. I'm sure that's one of the reasons they sent him out there. You send guys in motion to show your coaches a lot of different things. And unfortunately, everybody sees that. So if the San Marcos coaches saw it also, they're going to talk about it and try to fix that before Westlake runs it again.
3rd and 10 from the Chaparral 28-yard line. 4 wide receivers, 2 each way. Shotgun Walker, pump fake, looks across the middle, and he is dropped before he even releases the football. Sacked back at the 21-yard line. Matt Mathis, the first man there, and a loss of 7. So the Chaps, after executing very well on their opening series and getting a touchdown out of that on a completion to Joey Thomas, this time they struggle. They go 3 and out. 2 incompletions and a sack. They lose 7 yards, and they will be forced to punt it away to the Rattlers.
Well, very good coverage that time. That's a coverage sack. There's no question about that. There was just nobody open in the pattern.
Here's the punt from Gray. It is short, takes a bounce, a lateral bounce to the left, and it will be killed dead about the 38-yard line of San Marcos. So Gray's punt, a 40-yarder without a return, and San Marcos now will get it again, and the Westlake defense was out there for almost 7 minutes in the opening quarter.
Yeah, and they're right back in it because Westlake's offense only ate a minute off the clock. Also interesting on that second possession, 3 pass plays, and not real conservative either. They were trying to stretch the field on 3 consecutive plays, so I think they saw something that they wanted to exploit, and San Marcos, give them credit, their secondary made some adjustments after that first drive.
Kyle Pringle under center, double wing, one left, one right. And Gonzalez in the backfield. Now in motion is Wheeler, and it's a handoff, a big hole at left guard for Justin Gonzalez, who's up to the 45-yard line. Gains 7, and Jordan Street on the stop. Jordan Street has made a lot of tackles this year. He's the leading tackler in the secondary coming into this one with 60 tackles, so 61 now on the season. He also leads the area in interceptions with 5. 2nd down and 3 coming up for the San Marcos Rattlers. We're at 7-3 Chaps, leading the Rattlers 90 seconds into the second quarter. And Pringle, again, double wingback set. And Gonzalez in close, right behind Pringle. Fake the handoff to Wheeler, and Pringle's got enough for the first down as he just hurdled a man at the line of scrimmage and picks up 6 to the midfield stripe, maybe the 49 of the Chaps. Big Bob Casper brings him down, but a first down for the Rattlers.
Well, and you got to be good play by Casper, and you'll combine yourself in that. You got to be so strong because you have to take on your block and just wait. It's truly a read and react. If you shoot a gap or you guess wrong, the guy's going to run right past you, and you just have to hold your ground and wait for the ball carrier to come to you.
Wheeler is the wing back on the right-hand side. He usually goes in motion. He does. He gets the call on the end around, and he's got a couple, 3, maybe 4 yards down to the 46-yard line. We'll give him 3. Jordan Street with his 2nd consecutive tackle on the play. What about your observations of the San Marcos offense so far?
Well, it's a high percentage offense. There's no risk, but there's a lot of reward. They come in averaging 32 points a game. That's more than what Westlake averages. The only thing I would say about it is that you really have to have a lead. It's not very conducive to coming from behind, and that's why I think they'd like to trade 7s instead of 3s, because they're not going to throw the ball just an awful lot.
On 2nd and 8, play action. This is Pringle back to pass. Throws on the run, has his man, but the ball is dropped and incomplete. Winton Wheeler was wide open in between the linebackers and the secondary. Jokobitis had him in the front, and Ani had him in the back, but the ball was thrown right there, and Wheeler flat out dropped it.
Yeah, that's a pass that should have been caught. No question. Pretty good delivery. Spiral smooth down the field, and that's just got to be caught. Wheeler just let his quarterback down that time, but that's a good throw.
3rd down and 8 yards to go, and they're not very comfortable in 3rd and long, John.
Well, everything's a running play for the most part. We've seen him throw a couple of times, but again, in this formation, everybody's in tight. So all the defense is right in the middle of the field as well.
Double wing back set. Again, play action. This time Pringle will keep, and he's cut down at the 45-yard line, maybe the 44 by Donnie Dillard. 4 yards short of picking up that first down, and San Marcos will now be forced to punt.
See, now again, if you're the defense, if you're a linebacker and you're going to drop into your passing zone, well, there was nobody in the formation that was split wide. So it's not like you have to have your head on a swivel and you're suddenly looking for a receiver to go and try to cut off the angle. There are no receivers split wide. Everything is in tight. They could focus on the quarterback and concentrate on bringing him down.
Matt Mathis is the punter. He awaits the snap from his own 42-yard line. He'll kick from our left to our right. High snap fielded by Mathis, nearly blocked by Jordan Street, and the kick went straight up in the air like a lob wedge and takes a lateral bounce to the right. In fact, a chaparral bounce, and the punt was just 8 yards. Wow. I beg your pardon. It was 9 yards. Our statistician Thomas Lee is all over it. That was not a very good punt. And actually, I mean, the thing went straight up in the air. And then actually got a chaparral bounce.
I thought that it was going to be blocked, to tell you the truth. I thought that getting in there very quickly was Landry Clark, and I thought that he was going to have an opportunity to block that.
Well, here come the Chaps. So 2 scores on opening possessions and then 2 punts for either team. This time a handoff, and it is Jim Slutz who came around the left side. Check that, Brian Bailey on the handoff, and he's got a couple of yards. Give him 2 yards to the 37 or so yard line as the Chaparrals move from our right to our left. The flags in the south end zone completely limp, so wind not much of a factor at all in this one, John.
Mark, in that formation that we just saw, Tony Gullo lined up in the slot. Reichel had to race over from his safety spot and assume that coverage. That cannot happen. I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see that again very soon.
Furman in motion. It's a handoff. Hurdling a man is Slutz. Hard cut to the right. Runs over a man. Backpedaling across midfield to the 49-yard line. Tough running by Jim Slutz. Finally brought down by Jeremy Reichel, but not before Slutz picks up 14 and a first down. And this kid, Jim Slutz, who averages 4.2 yards per carry, really demonstrated some tough running there.
Well, he was engaged with the tackler well before the marker. I mean, like at the 45-yard line, and he just kept spinning over Reichel. Again, that's his free safety. He got another 6 yards after he was hit the first time.
After the 14-yard gain, the Chaps have a first down inside Rattler territory. Back to pass Walker, throwing right for Thomas. Nearly makes a one-handed catch, but unable to do so as Jesse Balboa, and forgive me for this, looking like Rocky Balboa, hitting Thomas, who remains down out there on the field. So the trainers will run back out there and take a look at Joey Thomas, the Texas A&M commitment. And that gives us an opportunity to pause 10 seconds for station identification. It's the Chaps on top of the Rattlers, 7-3. Well, apparently Joey Thomas found the win that he lost, and he is able to walk off the field toward the near side under his own power.
Well, it almost seems like, and of course we don't know this for sure, but it almost seems like by design, everything that goes his way seems to be thrown a little high so that he can go get it at 6'5" and no one else. And I think he mistimed his jump a little bit, came down pretty hard, looked like on his back or his backside.
7:30 left to play here in the second quarter. Tossed right to Campbell. He's in trouble, and he is dragged down for a loss of 4 by Nate Langford. Langford, who lines up at that left defensive tackle position, was able to get into the backfield as if he knew what play the Chaps were going to run.
Well, and sometimes, I mean, you do scout, you know, and maybe he just thought that he saw a formation, he knew what was coming, he just simply shot the gap before the block could get over and defeat him. But that was one heck of a play by a defensive tackle. That's about as quick a play by a D tackle as you're going to see anywhere.
Well, Kalen Shearer comes to the bench, and Thomas goes back in, so that's a good sign. Gullah and Garza line up to the left. It's Gullah in the slot, and Thomas set up as the tight end. Out of the backfield, it's Bailey in motion, and Walker drops back to pass. Pressure coming up the middle, throws, great pass completion, and a first down to Aaron Garza, who really did a nice job bailing his quarterback out. He broke off the route, cut up the right side, and he was able to pick up 17 and a first down. Mike Rodriguez on the stop.
Well, that's the first problem you have with that. If it was Rodriguez that was in coverage all the way, then that's a matchup that San Marcos can't afford to have, because Garza will eat him up all day. That's no disrespect to Rodriguez, but an inside linebacker is not going to stay with Aaron Garza tonight.
First and 10.
Most nights.
Yeah, you're right about that. Garza committed to play baseball at Vandy next year. Campbell in motion out of the backfield to the right, so twins that direction. Walker short drop, looking right, pressure coming, flushed out of the pocket. He's in trouble, and down he goes back at the 45-yard line, but there is a flag down on the play. Mathis and Langford were all over the quarterback, Bill Walker. Let's send it downstairs and check in with Chuck Licata. Chuck?
Mark, we talked about San Marcos's deficiency, if you will, on pass defense. Joey Thomas, of course, 6'5", going against DBs that are 5'10" to 6 feet. But Aaron Garza, is about 6'1", so he actually has a little bit of height advantage against this San Marcos secondary as well.
Here's Howard Seitzman, and he rules holding against the defense.
And I'll tell you where that is, too. Mike Rodriguez, who was freshly burned on the last play by Garza.
Here he is, Howard Seitzman, our referee.
Good holding on the defense, tackle the receiver, 10 yards, first down by yardage.
At that time, Rodriguez was matched up trying to defend Joey Thomas, and said, no, I'm not getting burned on back-to-back plays. Just kind of gave a little grab and then another grab and eventually a tackle. And Thomas couldn't get into the route, so
that's a huge change.
That's a fairly easy call to make for the officials.
But, John, you're looking at a 9-yard sack versus...
Understood, but again, a penalty, in my opinion, that was born from a mismatch. They cannot have an inside backer defending Garza or Thomas at any point. I don't blame him for grabbing.
Well, either way, the Chaps pick up 19 yards on that and have it now at the 26 of San Marcos. 6:05 left to play in the opening half. And Westlake driving with a 7-3 lead.
Good, ready to go. Yeah, well, Coach Bush getting an earful to the referee, very upset about the spotting of the ball.
Well, Campbell goes in motion. Walker fakes the handoff. Actually, he does hand the ball off, as I did on the fake. The defense did also as they pick up 8 up the middle. Jim Slutz, the running back at left guard. Pretty good fake on that play.
Excellent fake. And Westlake now having an opportunity to find success on the right side of the hash, the left side of the hash, and now right up the middle. And they're really providing San Marcos with nothing to key on to try to make these stops defensively. They can shoot some gaps like they did earlier in the series, but you'll notice now Westlake running the ball is going between the tackles and not so much sweeping.
Second down, 2 yards to go for the Chaparrals. Football between the hash marks at the 18-yard line. Fake the handoff. Walker looking, pressure out, nearly lost the football, and he's dropped back at the 24-yard line. A loss of 5 on the play. Nate Langford, his second sack of this opening half, and he almost lost the ball when he was thrown to the ground.
Well, that's that quick defensive tackle that we talked about again. And I mean, and Felipe Villegas came in there and gave him a pretty good shot. I know what you were talking about. It looked like he might have lost the ball as well. This is a pretty good stand now by the San Marcos defense. But again, 3rd and 6, I don't care if it's 3rd and 26, there's a mismatch all night with Joey Thomas and whoever's trying to defend it.
Will Garza's lined up one-on-one with Jesse Balboa out to the right. Now Bailey in motion to the right out of the backfield. Short drop. Walker throws across the middle. What a reception by Joey Thomas. Another first down. Again, John Medani, he went up high. This time, Thomas hauled it in at the 9, and it's 1st and goal for the Chaparrals.
Well, and we just said what a mismatch. And amazingly, he wasn't even lined up as a tight end. He was lined up as a tackle eligible on the weak side of the line. There was nobody outside of him, just a guard, and then him. He released, which he could do because the receiver split wide left was a step off the line. But Mike Rodriguez, again, drawing that coverage. That is just, I don't know. I got a feeling that that's something San Marcos is going to rue if they don't fix it.
1st and goal from the 9-yard line. Walker sends Gullah in motion to the left, which is the short side. Hand the ball off to Campbell, who's hit at the line of scrimmage, able to pick up a couple down to around the 7.5-yard line. He ran right into Josh Skrupa, the leading tackler on this Rattler defense. We'll call it a gain of 1 on the play, as the clock is now inside 4 minutes to play in the second quarter, and Westlake ahead 7-3. It's actually a gain of half a yard, so it is 2nd and goal from the 8.5. The wide side of the field is the right side. Thomas set up tight right. Gullah lined up as a wingback. Now he goes in motion to the left. And Walker fakes the handoff. He's looking to pass. He'll run with it, and he's dropped for a loss back at the 12-yard line. A loss of 3 on the play. Josh Martinez and Nate Langford again. So Langford will give him half a sack. He's got 2.5 sacks on the night.
Yeah, he's having a whale of a first half, no doubt. I think one of the things the coaches will talk about at halftime is, all right, who's blocking him, and why aren't we a little bit more effective in trying to keep him out of our backfield?
Well, he was looking for Gullah on the play, but the pressure is coming straight up the middle. This time, Gullah is wide right, Garza in the slot, and Campbell lined up almost as a wingback. So trips right, 1 to the left. Here's Walker. Plenty of time, throws across the middle, and incomplete. He threw it up high to the end zone for Joey Thomas, and there were 3 defenders in the area, Reichel, Hazlett, and Mike Rodriguez, and the Chaparrals will attempt a field goal now from the foot of Richard Gray.
Zone blitz action that time from San Marcos as Langford, who I was spied on to see what he was going to try to do. He actually dropped back into coverage and took away the middle of the field like a linebacker.
Well, Minnick will hold, and Gray will attempt a 30-yard field goal to put the Chaps in front by 10. Good snap, good hold. Here's the kick. It is up, and it is good. 2:40 left in the opening half, and Westlake leads it by a score of 10-3, and Chaparral football continues after this.
We sent out the Westlake volleyball team. The volleyball team was undefeated in their district run, and they headed to San Antonio this afternoon for the Area 4 playoffs. And we've just received word that the Westlake volleyball team won their games in 2 games, and now they're off to the regional finals.
2 minutes, 40 seconds left to play in the first half here at Chaparral Stadium, and Westlake extends its lead over the San Marcos Rattlers to 10-3. Westlake, a 12-play, 52-yard drive that took 6 minutes off the clock. Richard Gray, field goal from 30 yards out. The Chaps now lead San Marcos 10-3.
And allow me to correct myself. I said the field goal would put them ahead by 10. It puts them ahead 10-3. They're ahead by 7. And the kickoff goes into the end zone for a touchback. And San Marcos will take over their third possession of the night. They've got 2:36 on the clock here in the second quarter, and they get it at their own 20, which is their worst field position of the evening. They started at their own 28 and had a 15-play, 78-yard drive, which ended with a 24-yard field goal that got them on the board. Their second drive went, well, they had to punt. They did pick up a first down, but they punted it 9 yards, which gave it to the Chaps, and now their third possession of the night from their own 20-yard line, moving from our left to our right, and a different formation for Pringle and his offense. 3 wide receivers, 2 to the right. Pringle drops back, fakes the handoff, throws it deep down the right side for Wheeler. He's got him at the 45, down to the 30. Wheeler streaking down the sideline. A touchdown for San Marcos. 80 yards. Winton Wheeler, just his 9th reception of the year, but this one by far his longest, and San Marcos is 1 point away from tying this thing up.
You know, in one play, Winton Wheeler has almost half as many receiving yards as he had all season long. He came into the game with 179. He got 80 on that one play, and where did Coach Bush pull that one out of? An 80-yard. We knew Wheeler was a dangerous weapon from his wingback spot, but we never thought that we'd see a bomb down the sideline like that.
Well, Field will attempt the extra point to tie it up with 2:25 left to play in the opening half. Good snap, good hold. Here's the extra point. It is up and through. We're all tied up. 2:25 left to play here in the opening half as we send it downstairs to Jeff Licata.
Guys, it's amazing. An 80-yard pass play for San Marcos. They only had 493 passing yards coming into this game. So an 80-yard pass play is 1/6 their total passing yards. They've rushed for 2,655 coming in. They had more than 5 times the amount of rushing yards than they did passing yards coming into this game. And that play, again, 1/6 as many yards as they had passing coming in.
Yeah, I think, I think we played with a little with percentages prior to the game, didn't we, Mark?
Yep.
What did we have figured out, the ratio?
84% of their total yards came in the game.
There you go. So how's that for 16%? There you go, gang. 80 yards, right down the field. I mean, I'm really surprised at that.
Just 11 seconds.
An 11-second drive is very efficient, no question. I'll tell you the one thing we saw there, though, even if that pass had been incomplete, and it wasn't, Kyle Pringle has shown us that while they don't choose to throw the ball, he certainly can, because that ball not only was deep, it was on target. And now that puts a lot of pressure on Westlake's secondary. They have to make sure that their safeties don't cheat up. I mean, that's almost like a message that San Marcos is sending us, like, if you want to come up and stop this running attack that we've got, fine. But just so you know that we can throw, here you go. And they happen to connect on that, and we've got a new ball game.
Campbell, Coleman, and Landry Clark back deep to receive, as this kickoff will be from our left to our right. And Field has a decent leg, although his kickoffs have landed around the 10-yard line so far. And Campbell has yet to really get off offensively.
Well, I think I wouldn't be surprised to see them go ahead and attack between the tackles again. San Marcos has shown that defensive line is very, very quick. Langford is slicing in. Rodriguez and Struper are right there also. So, you know, neutralize some of that speed and just run Campbell between the tackles.
Campbell 7 carries, 13 yards. This time the kickoff headed in the direction of Landry Clark at the 8, the 10, the 15. Cuts outside to the left across the 25 and close to the 30-yard line before he's knocked off his feet by Jesse Balboa. There is a flag down on the play, so hold everything. 2:16 remaining here in the opening half, and we have a tied ball game, folks, 10 apiece. And I guess just what we expected, John.
Well, we knew.
Well, first, Howard Seitzman.
He'll tell us in just a minute here. We knew it was going to be a close game. You can't get any closer than 10-10.
In the back, 62. First and 10 from the spot.
62, so that is Donnie Dillard. Usually they don't say names or numbers.
No, they sure don't. I just realized that too. You're right. Maybe it was a particularly bad hold. It just felt like, you know, the punitive nature of that hold was such that, well, we got to call him out on that. That was pretty brutal.
Well, the Chaps now get it around 15 yards, so 85 yards away, 2:16 on the clock. Walker still in at quarterback. He's looked pretty sharp in this opening half. And he will have a long field in which to work with, and still 3 timeouts for the Chaparrals. Tight end set up on the left. Now Gullah in motion toward the center as he goes all the way across the line, twins to the right. Walker back to pass, throws it right, has his man, and the ball is incomplete. Balboa was there on the coverage as the ball was thrown in the direction of Tony Gullah right on the San Marcos sideline, and that stops the clock with 2:10 left to play in the second quarter. And John, I don't know if you've noticed, but at least in my opinion, Westlake has thrown the ball on first and second down the last couple of possessions, and they're looking at third and long.
Well, alternating series, and again, I think that it's kind of a feeling out process. I mean, I never assumed too much with Westlake, and the third quarter is really what I judge it on. I mean, the third quarter, it seems like it's a feeling out process. They talk about it at halftime, and then they go with what they really think will work in the third quarter.
Down the line option, toss to Campbell. Campbell at the 15, up to the 20 to 22-yard line. Has about 6, and he is brought down by Felipe Villegas, the 5'9", 170-pound junior. And the clock continues to roll. Minute 55, minute 54, minute 53 left to play in the second quarter. Sluts in, and to the bench goes Brian Bailey, the sophomore. So a senior in for a sophomore. Garza lined up wide to the right. It's third down, 4 yards to go. A very important play, because if Westlake is unable to pick up a first down, San Marcos will get it back. Here's Walker, back to pass. He's in the grasp, and he is dropped again. Another sack by the San Marcos defense as Ivan Rodriguez was there to bring him down.
Now, Mark, let me tell you what happened there, and it did not get a penalty. Josh Skrupa grabbed a hold of Jim Slutz as he came through the line on the play fake and tackled him. And I think the Westlake coaches, if they're not upset, that they probably should be upset, because that was about to break wide open. You can see Walker was looking dead down the middle of the field, and I thought Slutz was going to pop wide open right down the middle, but Skrupa tackled him on the play fake. And that could have easily been a defensive holding call and an automatic first down.
But it stands. It's 5 sacks for San Marcos here in the opening half. This reminder to pass along, another NFL triple header this Sunday on the Zone. The Eagles and the Colts at noon, followed by the Patriots and Bears at 3. And then the nightcap, John, the New York Jets face the Miami Dolphins. It's here on Austin's home of the Dallas Cowboys, who coincidentally are off. AM 1300, the Zone.
Detroit was
not going to do that.
good for him.
Well, if he did, he doesn't remember it because of all the concussions. So, I mean, that's the problem. Fourth down, and call it 13 yards to go for Westlake. So Richard Gray will punt, and back deep to receive is Jeremy Reichel, standing right at the midfield crest. Gray will get this thing off from about the goal line. The deep snapper, as always, is Austin Meyer. And it looks like San Marcos may be bringing some pressure on this. Gray, the barefooted kicker, takes the snap, pressure coming up the middle, nearly blocked, but Gray gets off a phenomenal punt. And Reichel lets it go. It's still bouncing inside the 30, the 25, inside the 20. It continues to roll. They will touch it dead at the 15-yard line, and a standing ovation here at Chaparral Stadium for Richard Gray after a 73-yard punt.
Unbelievable. That is a critical mistake by Jeremy Reichel, who had a chance to field that ball at his own 45 and get nothing on the return. By letting it bounce, he lost his team 30 yards. I mean, and who knows what could have happened with that. I mean, maybe a halo violation if he tries to take the ball in, but just that's a bad mistake with only 59 seconds left to go on the first down.
And let's see if Coach Bush plays it conservatively or tries to pick up some yardage. Handoff to Wheeler, who's chopped down in the backfield by Mark Maroney. Maroney broke in along the right side and knocked down Wheeler immediately. Wheeler, the guy who caught that 80-yard touchdown pass earlier in the quarter. 45 seconds remaining in the half, and the game tied 10 apiece. So stay tuned for the halftime reporters. We'll hear from Aaron Hogan, get you caught up on all the scores.
Boy, that's a quick turnaround for Mr.
Down.
Hogan as well. You guys are early at Schultz's tomorrow, aren't you?
Yeah, we are. Oof. Hey, we can do it, man. faked the handoff, and actually Pringle faked it to the first guy, gave it to the second guy, and Will Fanish able to make the stop. And now a timeout on the field with 17 seconds left. And I think this one was called by the Chaparrals.
That's a good timeout call, too, because a couple of running plays makes it look like they want to just run out the clock. Now, if you're San Marcos, the pressure's really on you. You put yourself in a 3rd and long situation, 3rd and 11. Now what are you going to do? Throw the ball to try to convert? If it's incomplete, you stop the clock for Westlake. You don't really want to do that. So you have to just assume 3rd and 11 is a tough get. You got to run the ball, make Westlake burn into the timeout, and just hope that there's not enough time for Westlake to do something once they receive a punt. But that's a good bit of strategy by Westlake to try to make San Marcos think about this.
The Rattlers 0 for 1 on 3rd and long so far in this one. 17 seconds separate us from halftime. They're 0 for 4 overall on 3rd down.
Well, you talk about feast or famine, and Westlake's had the ball 4 times. You've got a 10-play drive, then a 3 and out. You've got a 12-play drive, then a 3 and out. I mean, that's why I say I'm not quite sure that Westlake has settled into how they want to attack San Marcos. It still seems like a feeling out process to me. They'll talk about it at halftime, and we'll see how they choose to attack in the 3rd quarter.
3rd down, 11 yards to go. Pringle with a wing back either way, drops back to pass. Pressure coming up the middle. Casper's got it. He throws it. It's intercepted. Picked off by the Chaparrals inside the 15-yard line. Ty Linder. Linder comes up with a pick, his first of the season, and Pringle would love to have that one back and take the sack.
Boy, that's a big mistake by your junior quarterback. We talked about the fact that San Marcos does not throw the ball a lot. You might have seen the inexperience of the passing offense there. Pringle trying to make something happen. I know he didn't want to take the sack, but you can't just heave that ball up in the air like that. He had nobody. That was going to be intentionally grounding if it wasn't intercepted, and either way they would have been in jail.
John, why that last time out by the Chaps? The clock would stop on the change of possession. Just trying to go over there and talk to your quarterback?
Well, I think at this point you get yourself settled. You've got 10 seconds, and now you have to call a play that's going to get you into the end zone, or at least you would think so, because you're already in field goal range for Richard Gray. I would take a shot at the end zone and not even fool with it. You never know with the clock and how it's going to run. I don't think you risk running something in the middle. Let's say that you run a play. Well, it's got to go 13 yards, and the way that Tyler Campbell fights, you don't use up all 10 seconds.
And as we send it downstairs to Chuck Licata, it looks like Bill Walker and his center are practicing the exchange during this timeout.
Mark, I'm not sure what that is. Walker seems to be okay. Just want to let you know that if they don't move the ball, you're looking at another 30-yard attempt. And, of course, Gray converted on his first 30-yard attempt earlier in the game.
And Gray jogging along the sideline. Trying to get warmed up.
Not a lot of wind to speak of, really. So
1st and 10 from the 13-yard line of San Marcos. 10 seconds left in the half. Walker throws the slant. It's caught, and trying to get in the end zone is Thomas. He's chopped down at the 2-yard line, maybe the 1. 3 seconds left. The clock will stop with the 1st down, and Westlake will burn their final timeout. Jesse Balboa saved a touchdown. Now, John, what do? You got one play. You're at the 1-yard line. Do you go for the end zone or take the 3?
Well, it's an extra point, so it's virtually automatic. I guess it depends on the confidence that you have. If you want to send a message, yeah, he was short. I think he was short. I think his rear end touched the turf before the ball crossed the plane of the goal line. One thing that I have to think is always there, and that's Thomas. I mean, he is 6'5". If you split him wide, there's no way that San Marcos can devote defenders out wide. I just don't believe that. I think a fade route in the end zone, either a guy's going to climb his back and you get a flag, or I got to figure my guy's got even better than a 50-50 shot to come down with it.
But one guy who's been pretty quiet, well, Thomas has not been quiet with 5 catches for 80 yards, is Tyler Campbell. And if you have one guy who could pick up a single yard and punch his way into the end zone, it would be Tyler Campbell.
Well, something else you can do, Sluts, I'm very impressed with his speed coming out of the backfield. If you want to go play action, that's fine, and let him continue. Let him run into the flat and force a linebacker to get out there in time. I'm not sure a linebacker can get out there in time to stop that.
Last play of the half, 3 seconds left. Game tied at 10. Chaps have it. 1st and goal from the 1-yard line. Walker, quarterback keeper, driving his legs forward. No signal yet. We're still waiting. The officials will pull players off the pile. It looked from our angle like he got in. Still no signal as Walker was trying to drive just 1 single yard. He was hit by Skrupa, and the officials say that it is not a touchdown.
Big play. That is a big play in this ball game. But again, you have to like the go-for-it attitude for Westlake, because look at it this way. If you don't get it, you're starting from scratch. It's still 10-10. It's your home field. You got a tie ball game going into the second half. And we're going to have one heck of a good second half if it's like this first one.
Well, that's a gutsy call. Coach Ron Schrader is talking to Bill Walker as Chuck Licata will chase down the head coach. And with the game tied 10 apiece in halftime, let's send it down to Chuck.
Coach, from your angle, was he in?
I'm not supposed to know. The thing is, San Marcos is moving the ball. With their offense, they shorten the ball game. We're up, 10-3, and they throw an 80-yard touchdown pass. And that's why they're 8-1, and that's why they were undefeated until last week. It's disappointing for us we didn't get the ball in. I think it happened. Our starting center, Justin Bowles, got hurt. So we had a new center in there. But I wanted our quarterback to get behind 300-pound Gino Troy, but we never got there. So, they get the momentum going in.
What do you tell the guys at halftime then? If you had scored a touchdown, obviously you have the momentum, but you go in tied 10-all.
Well, I think it'll fire us up that we didn't score. I don't think that we score or not. Even if we score, we're in for a heck of a ball game with San Marcos, because they're doing a tremendous job on offense, and they have the best defense in Central Texas, statistically anyway. So we knew it was going to be a battle, if we score or not. Of course, the positive part, maybe this will motivate us.
All right, Coach. Good luck in the second half. And guys, obviously, John, you talked about the fact that Walker was practicing the snap. Now we know Justin Bowles, the starting center for Westlake, currently injured, and we'll find out at halftime just what that injury is, guys.
All right, Chuck, thanks a lot. Thanks also to the coach. Game tied to the district.
Activities. The Westlake High School Department of Bands is proud to present the Westlake Chaparral Marching Band. The Chaparral Band is under the field direction of drum majors Mark Goddard, Annie Schofield, and Tiffany Ye. The band directors would like to take this time to thank all of the band seniors for 4 great years of successes, both on and off the field. Congratulations, band, on placing 8th at the 2002 UIL Texas State Marching Contest held at Baylor University on Monday. Way to go, band. And now the Westlake Chaparral Band and Highline. Under the direction of Barbara Loomis and assisted by Shannon Hardy, the award-winning Highline continues with a rich tradition of excellence. Highline board members are President Grace Lynn, Vice Presidents Christy Lyle and Connolly Williams, Secretaries Amanda Lockhart, Treasurer Stephanie Cantu, Reporter Maggie Cato. Lieutenant Katie French, Kristen Gallo, Hallie Buechler, and Lauren Williams. First Lieutenant is Lauren Turnbull. Captain is Jennifer Riazzi. Tonight, the Highline will perform an exciting kick routine to that old Texas favorite, Deep in the Heart of Texas. And now for the presentation of the 2002 Westlake Homecoming Court. The court was selected by the students of Westlake in an election that was sponsored by the Student Council. Each class nominated and voted for their own prince and princess for the court. The senior class is represented by 3 princes and 3 princesses, from which 1 king and queen will be crowned tonight. Homecoming gives us all a chance to reflect on Westlake's past glories, revel in our current successes, and dream of what can be achieved in the future. With this in mind, we would like to welcome all of the Westlake alumni that have joined us this evening to help celebrate the past. At this time, please welcome back home from UCLA, former Miss Westlake and our 2001 homecoming queen, Miss Brittany Ferguson. Also, please welcome to Westlake from the University of Texas, the 2001 homecoming king, Carson Awney. Welcome home, Carson and Brittany. And now we would like to introduce the 2002 Westlake Homecoming Court. The freshman princess is Lindsay Bush, daughter of Larry and Sandra Bush. Lindsay is escorted by her father, Larry. The sophomore prince is David McDonald, son of Jerry McDonald and Teresa Norian. David is escorted this evening by his mother, Teresa. The sophomore princess is Kelsey Wood, daughter of Jim and Wendy Wood. Kelsey is a member of our district champion volleyball team and could not be here tonight. The junior class is represented by Prince Jeff Armbruster, son of Glenn and Rebecca Armbruster, and is escorted by his mother, Rebecca. The junior princess is Laura Scott, daughter of Paul Scott and Catherine Graves. Laura is escorted this evening by her father, Paul. 3 princes and princesses represent the senior class. Matt Balthazar, son of Jim and Ellen Balthazar, is escorted this evening by his mother, Ellen. Courtney Davis, daughter of Dave and Jeanette Davis, is escorted by her father, Dave. Mark Goddard, son of Tom and Karen Goddard, is escorted by his mother, Karen. Elizabeth Galik, daughter of Jim and Kay Galik, escorted by her father, Jim. And Hayden Job, daughter of Jeff and Connie Job, escorted by her father, Jeff. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2002 Westlake Homecoming Court. Let's give them all a round of applause. And now, for the moment you've all been waiting for. Your 2002 homecoming king is Matt Balthazar. And your 2002 Westlake homecoming queen is Miss Hayden Job. Congratulations to all these fine young people that represented their class as well. Ladies and gentlemen, the Chaparral Marching Band and Highline. The band is under the direction of Kerry Taylor, Glenn Fugit, Randall Brownlee, Chuck Fisher, and student teacher Ana Rodriguez, with assistance from Kim Springer, Rick Rodriguez, Garrett Decker, Ryan Lucas, and Sarah Hathaway.
welcome you back to Chaparral Stadium. Mark Helmig, John Medani, Chuck Licata. Start of the third quarter, it's Westlake 10 and San Marcos 10. If you're just joining us, the Chaps denied on the last play of the opening half on a quarterback keeper by Bill Walker. Westlake received the opening kickoff, and now San Marcos will get it first to begin the second half of play. The kickoff is very low and fielded at the 2-yard line by Wheeler, who angles left across the 15, loses the football, and the San Marcos Rattlers have recovered it. Justin Gonzalez, the fullback, able to help out his buddy Winton Wheeler, or that could have been a catastrophic beginning to the second half. Some quick stats in the first half, John. 166 total yards for San Marcos, 130 for Westlake. The Chaps 118 through the air, just 12 on the ground, while San Marcos a little bit more balanced, 95 through the air, 71 on the ground. And we'll get some more stats after this 1st and 10 play from the 24-yard line of San Marcos as they move from our left to our right. Wheeler in motion to the left. It is a handoff, and the first carry of the game for Alvin Kennedy. Kennedy, the 5'7", 160-pound sophomore, and he picks up 2 on the play. That San Marcos offensive line: Stephen Jones, Brian Ramirez, Brandon Peterson, Daniel Gonzalez, and Marcus Bundage. Esmiel's the tight end, Wheeler the wingback, Gonzalez the fullback, Romo the tailback. The quarterback is seldom used, but a wide receiver when he's out there on the field. Wheeler this time in motion down the line to the near side from left to right. Some early movement, handoff up the middle, and Justin Romo picks up 1 yard to the delight of the Westlake faithful down below. It's 3rd and 7 coming up, and now the Chaparral defense, John.
Yeah, the front line, or the interior anyway. Mark Maroney, Josh Root over center, and Bob Casper, the tackle the right side. Outside contain will be Ty Linder and Michael McGinnity. The inside backers, Yogi Yogabaitis and Donnie Dillard. Landry Clark and Coy Army are the corners. Jordan Street and Hunter Coleman, the safeties.
3rd down, 7 yards to go for the San Marcos Rattlers. Wheeler in motion, fake the handoff to him. Pringle throws across the middle, complete. 1st down across the 40-yard line, and to the 43 goes Hunter Esmiel, the 6'4" tight end, his first catch of the night. And it comes with 10:35 left to play in the third quarter, a gain of 16 and a 1st down for the Rattlers on 3rd and 7.
Well, Esmiel's certainly a big target at 6'4", almost 200 pounds, and on the receiving end, that's just his second catch, at least the stats that I have. That's only his second catch of the season.
Actually, the line of scrimmage is the 43. And on the play action, it is a handoff up the gut. Huge room at the 30, the 25, the 20. Streaking down the right sideline is Kennedy, and Kennedy is into the end zone. A little misdirection there, fooled everybody. And Kennedy scampers 57 yards to pay dirt, and the San Marcos Rattlers have the lead early in the third quarter.
I am speechless, quite honestly, Mark, because I, like everybody in the stadium and the closed circuit cameras, followed Pringle on the. I thought he had the ball on a end around, and boy, it was just a gut. I mean, he was handed it right up the middle. Everybody followed Pringle. That was about as sneaky a handoff as you'll ever see, and can't.
Extra point to put the Rattlers ahead by 7. Out of the hold of Villegas, and the extra point attempt is good. So how about a quick strike for the San Marcos Rattlers? 57 yards, and the Chaps are in a hole by 7. We haven't even played 2 minutes in the third quarter. It's San Marcos 17, Westlake 10, and Westlake football continues in a moment.
We have played 1 minute and 48 seconds here in the second half, and San Marcos strikes 57-yard touchdown run ended a 4-play 76-yard drive. Alvin Kennedy with the touchdown run. San Marcos on top 17-10.
And the Fields kickoff toward the south end zone taken, and Clark runs hard up across the 25, jolted out of bounds on the near side around the 27 by Jesse Balboa and Felipe Villegas. And the Rattlers now start down 7-zip. This is the first time they've trailed tonight. And in week number 10, John Medani, we have nearly 2 full quarters left to go. The district championship is still up for grabs, and to the surprise of most of the people in attendance here.
Well, they shouldn't be surprised, because San Marcos, you heard Ron Schrader say before, the #1 defense and a very good offense.
On 1st and 10, pass across the middle for Garza, who caught it and then fumbled. It's scooped up by Reichel, and Reichel down the left sideline, the 20, the 15, and knocked out of bounds at the 10. Well, let's see if it's ruled an incomplete pass. If it's incomplete, we will hold everything, and the Chaps will have it 2nd and 10.
Boy, the San Marcos coaches are going to lose their minds.
Garza had it and lost it, but they said he never had the completion.
Not because of the call, but because it was seemingly late. Now, we don't know how timely.
We have a timeout, injured player.
An injury, which gives us an opportunity to go downstairs and get an injury update from our own Chuck Licata. Chuck?
Well, Mark, we're trying to find out who this current injury is. Justin Bowles, the starting Westlake center, turned an ankle towards the end of the first half, as you heard Coach Schrader tell us right going into the locker room that he wasn't sure how he was feeling. The Westlake medical staff tells us that Justin's going to start the second half and play as long as he can. He looks to be okay right now.
All right, Chuck, thanks. So we'll see if he can go. And the pass would have been complete for 15 yards, and then the fumble, it was a 26-yard return by San Marcos, but it's all for naught. It's called an incomplete pass, and that is a huge break for the Chaparrals, John, because San Marcos leads it 17-10, 9:52 left to play in the third.
Well,
and had the play stood, then they would have had it 1st and goal from inside the Chaparral 10.
That would have been a huge play, but just to add insult to injury, not only does the fumble not stand, but that injured player was Jeremy Reichel, who is the starting safety and who has been in on an awful lot of tackles tonight, and they're going to have to sub for him while he gets some attention. He's not putting any pressure whatsoever on that left foot. Meanwhile, it's back to business. 2nd down and 10 for Westlake from their own 25-yard line.
And they move from our right to our left. Football on the left hash mark. 3-step drop, pump fake. Walker throwing right, has a man. It's Garza at midfield. Garza with 1 man to beat. Stiff arms Balboa. He's at the 20. Still turning the 15. Garza is spinning down to the 10-yard line. What a pickup by the Chaparrals. He took Balboa for a ride for about 20 yards. He's down to the 10, and the Chaps pick up 63 on the play. What a play.
This game opened up with the Chaparrals picking on Jesse Balboa. They completed 2 big plays, 2 big pass plays on their first possession of the ballgame that ended up in a touchdown. They picked on Balboa. They went right back to him to start this second half. First possession, and Garza cashes in with the big play.
It's actually going to be 1st and 10 from about the 11-yard line. The Chaps trying to tie it up. Nearly 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third quarter. Wide side is the left. Walker sends Campbell in motion, so 2 receivers that direction. Handoff up the gut, and it is Slutz who's met helmet to helmet after a gain of 3 by Tyler Menard, the linebacker. So 2nd down and about 7 yards to go for the Chaparrals. But back to that play, John. And had Garza fumbled that ball and turned it over, I think it's safe to say he made a miss.
Well, there's no doubt about that. And again, I think that San Marcos coaching staff is going to be upset because of, I mean, I couldn't see anybody saying complete or incomplete. The play was just allowed to continue. So it could have been a big play, but it wasn't.
2nd down now for the Chaps inside the San Marcos 10. Walker rolling left, throws on the run. The ball is caught and out of bounds. Joey Thomas at the 5-yard line, a gain of 4. Mike Rodriguez pushed him out of bounds, and demonstrating a very soft pair of hands was the tight end Joey Thomas on that one.
Well, I guess he gets that from his basketball. I'm told he's quite a pretty good basketball player too. He's got the soft hands. Hard to believe that this guy won't go down to Texas A&M and be a factor right away. I know they're starting tight end is a senior this year and is leading. So who knows what's going to happen, but obviously you wish Joey Thomas all the best. Obviously a talented guy.
Quick injury update downstairs, Chuck Licata. Chuck, quickly.
Mark, it is not very good for Reichel. He's laying on the trainer's table. His left ankle is bleeding. They can't do anything until they get an ankle to quit bleeding.
All right, Chuck, thanks. Third down, 4 yards to go from the 5 of San Marcos. In motion to the right is Bailey. 3 receivers that direction. Down the line option. Late toss. Fumble. It's loose on the ground, and San Marcos says they've recovered.
Well, there's 3 white and purple shirts down there and just 1 red shirt getting up very slowly. So I see no reason to think that that's not the case. And in fact, with the celebration, looks like the recovery might have been Josh Martinez
or Matt Mathis. They were both in the area, and that was an option that was run down the line to the far side by the quarterback Bill Walker, and the spacing, let's be honest here, the spacing was not very good between he and Campbell, and he took a shot as he tossed it out, and the pitch was a little bit low. So a turnover by the Chaps, and San Marcos takes over at their own 5-yard line, 95 yards away from the end zone. Up the middle, hard running from Justin Gonzalez, one of those 2 Justins in the backfield. You got Justin Gonzalez and Justin Romo, and the Chaps with their first touchdown, or first turnover, I should say, of the game. So 1 turnover either way, John.
Well, that really hurts them too. They were able to drive the ball down the field some 90 yards or so, or not 90, pardon me, 70 yards, only to turn it over deep in scoring territory. That's going to come back, or could come back, to haunt them.
Second down, about 3.5 yards to go. This time Pringle on the option. He keeps across the 20, zigzagging through the heart of the Westlake defense to the 28-yard line. A huge gainer of 16 yards, Jordan Street on the stop. So this quarterback, Kyle Pringle, pretty efficient with his legs.
He is efficient, but I got to tell you, we've seen that he is prone to mistakes. In the passing game, we saw him make a costly mistake at the end of the first half. And honestly, Mark, I don't like his running style. I think he runs too straight up and down. Defenders ought to get in there and see if they can poke that ball loose next time he keeps it.
Well, number 7 has carried 7 times for 48 yards, John, so whatever he's doing is working. And a fullback belly dive. It's Justin Gonzalez, and Gonzalez has about 5 yards up to the 32. Again, the confusion on the Westlake defense, because you got all kinds of guys in motion. You have these misdirections. You have a wingback in motion. Initially, when the quarterback takes the snap, he either hands it to the fullback or fakes the fullback. You got another guy coming through, and then the wingback coming through. So who knows who has the ball?
Well, but again, like the triple option, it's assignment football. You got to play. If you're not playing particular men, then you're certainly playing your zone. And if the ball doesn't come your way, then you're not responsible for the tackle.
17-10. San Marcos leading Westlake here at Chaparral Stadium. Late toss. On the right side, it's Wheeler, and Wheeler back to the line of scrimmage, maybe picks up a yard before Michael McGinnity wraps him up on the near sideline. 7:04 remaining in the third quarter. Game was tied 10 apiece at the break, and the Rattlers able to score on a 57-yard run by Kennedy on the fullback belly dive, and that put San Marcos ahead 17-10 very early in the third quarter. Westlake drove it down to the 5-yard line, just turned it over on the option, and now the Rattlers have taken it out of the shadows of their own goal line, up to the 34-yard line. They're moving from our left to our right. 8 seconds on the play clock, and Pringle now fakes the handoff to Wheeler. Short drop, guns it across the middle through the hands of the tight end, Esmiol. Pass was a little bit behind him, and it's third and about 3.5 coming up for the Rattlers.
Well, Esmiol is definitely a big target. That's one he definitely should have caught, however. The pass appeared to be right there on the money, and decision time again for San Marcos, although now with the game seemingly in your favor, you'd like to play a little field position football. So this is going to be a fairly easy decision for Coach
Yeah,
Bush.
I said 3rd and 4 a moment ago. I meant 4th and 4. And so they will punt, and it will be Matt Mathis dropping back, and Hunter Coleman waits for it. They're going to punt.
Okay, now San Marcos did try to execute a fake last week.
But we'll see. 4th and 4 from their own 34-yard line. This time they will punt it. Mathis, and he shanks it off the side of his foot, a diagonal 45-degree punt out of bounds at the 49 of Westlake. He has followed up a 9-yard punt with a 17-yard punt, doubling his output from last time, John.
Maybe
and Westlake's going to get great field position.
Well, they get back in punt formation next time. They should fake it because, I mean, seriously, no disrespect to the kid, he's having an off night, but if you're going to have a couple of punts like that, why not fake it? See what you can get, you know, try to get a continuation. If you got
John, they were at their own 34
If
yards.
you got 4th and 3 or 4th and 4, well, now Westlake's got the ball at midfield. That's kind of tough.
I understand. And you can hear the crowd getting into it here at Chaparral Stadium on homecoming. Walker drops back, fakes the handoff, gives it to the second man through, and hard running for Brian Bailey. Just his 24th carry of the season. Make it 25th because that's his second carry of the night. A gain of 3 for the sophomore. A lot of sophomores have made contributions this season for the Chaparrals. You got Gullah, the wide receiver. You have Bailey. You have Justin Joyce. Turner Wimberly, the quarterback. Bright future here at Westlake High School. Second down, 8 yards to go after the 2-yard pickup as we're inside 6 minutes to play in the third, and Westlake trailing by 7. Handoff up the middle. Campbell's best run of the night for 4 yards as he hit it left guard and took a couple of defenders in Mike Rodriguez and Felipe Villegas for a little ride. It's 3rd and short coming up for the Chaps.
Important to note here that Westlake's first possession in the second half, they were not stopped. They did drive the ball down the field. They started at their own 25. They ended up down at the Rattler 5 before suffering a turnover. So there's no reason for them to feel that they unconfident about moving the ball down the field. They can just stay with the game plan and see if they can just move these chains.
Wide side of the field is the right side. Campbell in motion out of the backfield. Twins right, one to the left. And here is Walker. Passes across the middle. Complete first down. Joey Thomas hurdles a man, and he's inside the 25-yard line, down to the 24. A pickup of 20. Aaron Velasquez, who's subbing for Reichel right now, knocked him off his feet. But again, a 20-yard pickup and a first down for the Chaps.
Now we're starting to see what all that first half passing has created. You notice there was no pressure that time on Walker because San Marcos dropped 7. They only brought 4 after bringing all that pressure the entire first half. Now they're starting to realize Westlake's going to pass, and now they're only bringing 4 guys. Now that they're only bringing 4, you go back to the running game. There's some room to work.
Here's Walker. He hands the ball off. It's Slut, sidesteps a man. He's got 8-9 yards down to the 16-yard line, and he's dropped by Ivan Rodriguez, making an 8-yard pickup. But nice, nifty running, able to snake his way through that San Marcos Rattler defense and bring up second down and 2. 4:30 left to play in the third. It's 17-10. San Marcos on top of Westlake here at Chaparral Stadium. Mark Honig, John Medani, and Chuck Licata with you. We're glad you're with us here on the zone. Gullah flanked out to the right. Now Campbell out of the backfield, shifts to the left, and Slutz gets the call, and he dances around the right tackle. He's got enough for the first down. Needed 2, picks up 3. And Rodriguez and Villegas again combined on the tackle, and another first down for the Chaparrals. How about the numbers on the quarterback, Bill Walker, tonight, John? He's looked pretty efficient. 10 of 16 for 204 yards, and the leading receivers have been Thomas and Garza. 103 yards for Thomas, 101 yards for Garza on just 3 receptions.
Well, see, 16 pass attempts at this point in the ball game surprises me a little bit. That's quite high, but again, this is San Marcos defense.
And this is Bailey with a hole at left guard. He's inside the 10, lost a shoe, but picks up 5 yards. Josh Martinez knocked him off his feet. Bailey started on the right of the quarterback, Bill Walker, and came on the run from right to left on a little trap play, and he picks up maybe 4 yards. We said 5 initially, but it looks like 4. It's 2nd and 6 coming up for the Chaps inside the 10 of San Marcos. Westlake trying to tie it up. Here's a handoff to Campbell. Pinballs off a couple. He's down inside the 5 to the 4-yard line, close to another first down, maybe about 1.5 yards short, and it is 3rd and about 1 yard coming up for Westlake. They were in this situation about 5 minutes ago, John, and they ran the down the line option to the far side and put it on the carpet and turned the ball over. Westlake tonight, they're 0 for 2 on their last 2 times inside the red zone.
I'm not sure they need to do that now. No personnel changes for San Marcos, even though you're inside the 5. A lot of teams will go to a giant or some other formation, bring the big guys in. This is just a base defense for San Marcos. I'd run the middle again.
3rd and short. They do run the middle. It's Campbell at left guard driving forward down to the 2. He's got the first down after the pickup of 2, and Nate Langford met him with a bear hug, but Campbell gets the best of that one, and it is 1st and goal for the Chaps. Remember the last play of the second quarter, John? They went for the quarterback sneak. They did not get in on a questionable call. And They also had that fumble in the red zone. So this is very important for them to capitalize.
Yeah, and no reason to be cute. Again, no personnel changes, just the standard defense. Just continue to go down the middle, hopefully get 6 and at the same time send a message.
Bowles is in at center. Handoff. Campbell. Stutter step into the end zone. Touchdown. He faked Mike Rodriguez out of his shoes, cut to his right, and was able to break the plane to the end zone and give the Chaps a chance to tie this one up. Nice run by Tyler Campbell.
That little hesitation really cleared the way. It allowed that one extra block, his lead block. What a terrific lead block that time. And I'm sorry I didn't see the number. If it was Bailey, that was a terrific lead block. He hesitated just enough to give that block a chance to clear a path. Tyler Campbell getting into the end zone. And not the first time he's been there this year either.
No, but it is the first time tonight. Here's Gray's extra point to make it a 17-all game. And the extra point is up and through. And that is a huge extra point. 2:19 left to play in the third. Westlake 17, San Marcos 17, and Westlake football continues in a moment on AM 1300 The Zone.
Membership shirts at the Westlake CHAP Club Rally Team tables down in the concourse. Back to receive is Jesse Balboa, Winton Wheeler, and Alvin Kennedy. Teeing it up for the Chaparrals, Richard Gray.
2 minutes, 19 seconds to play in this third quarter at Chaparral Stadium. We are tied at 17 between Westlake and San Marcos. The Chaparrals taking the ball 51 yards on 8 plays. 2-yard touchdown run by Tyler Campbell has us even at 17, and here's the kicker.
And it's Richard Gray toward the north end zone. A booming kick backing Kennedy up 8 yards deep. He'll take a seat. And it's the Rattlers who start now from their own 20-yard line with the game tied up. And I think it's safe to say, John, the momentum is on the side of the Westlake Chaparral.
Yeah, now what Coach Bush has to do is keep the focus of his players on the gridiron, because you can see they brought a cart over to the far sideline for the free safety that was injured for the Rattlers, Jeremy Reichel. And I don't know, we'll get an injury update later, but it's very tough not to turn around and look at that and be distracted. They need to focus on the field.
We'll go down to Chet Licata after this 1st and 10 play. It's Wheeler in motion, a very tight set. And Pringle hands the ball off. Huge hole up the middle. Kennedy across the 25, a gain of 6. Now let's go downstairs. And for that injury update, here's Chet Licata.
Yeah, bad news for San Marcos fans. Jeremy Reichel, his left ankle has been placed in a cast. They don't want to move his leg at all, so that's why they're bringing out the cart. Jeremy Reichel definitely out for this game, guys.
Chet Licata, thank you. 2nd down, 4 yards to go from the 26. San Marcos moving from our left to our right. Game tied 17 apiece, minute 43 left to play in the third. Pringle fakes the handoff, going around the left side. He's trapped behind the line of scrimmage and dropped by Mark Maroney. His 4th sack of the season, first tonight, loss of 8. And the Chaps have forced San Marcos into a 3rd and long situation with a minute 24 left to play in the third.
Well, normally when you keep contained, what you do is you turn the play back inside to the rest of the defense. Not only did Mark Maroney stand his man up on the block and keep contained, but he also went ahead and made the play too, just for good measure. The first sack tonight for the Westlake defense, a terrific play by Maroney.
Line of scrimmage is the 17. They need their own 30 to pick up a 1st down. Pringle sends Wheeler in motion, fakes the handoff to him. Wheeler guns it down the left sideline into coverage and overshoots everyone. And it will be 4th and 13, intended for Justin Romo. And need I not remind you, John, that punting has been very tenuous tonight.
Quite frankly, it's stunk for San Marcos. First punt 9 yards, second punt 17 yards. And you're talking about field position now where the punter should kick this ball from about his own 5-yard line. So if he's going to airmail one, this is the time to do it.
Well, he'll be kicking into a slight breeze now as the flags are beginning to blow toward the north end zone. It's Hunter Coleman back deep to receive. And the punter is Matt Mathis. Actually, two guys are back about 20 yards apart. Mathis gets off his best kick of the night. It's still very short. Bouncing at the 45, taking a rattler bounce. Coleman scoops it up on a pair of bounces, starts left, cuts it up the center of the field, across midfield to the 49 of San Marcos, and Westlake will start very close to midfield for the second straight time. Daniel Gonzalez able to stop Hunter Coleman, a punt of 40 yards and a return of 13. So here come the Chaps, a chance to take the lead with any points.
Well, you said it, good field position for the second straight time now, practically at midfield for 2 straight possessions and 2 straight punts now for the San Marcos offense. So Coach Derek Long and his defense making some good adjustments at halftime.
Walker under center, the senior quarterback, fakes the handoff. He's got all day to throw pressure up the middle, guns across the middle. It's Garza laterally to his right at the 35, the 30 knocked off his feet at the 27-yard line by Jesse Balboa. But Garza picks up 20 on the strike from the quarterback, Bill Walker.
Good patience that time by Walker. Wanted to go down the left sideline. It wasn't there. He thought better of it. He had enough time, thanks to the offensive line, to reload his arm and then deliver on the crossing pattern. Just a good strike. I mean, for a guy that wasn't obviously in his rhythm, he delivered that ball very nicely.
Well, he had great protection. Yes. Great protection. Wide side of the field is the left side. Tossed left. And Campbell gets a great block, starts inside, busted outside, flags all over the place. And Velasquez able to knock Campbell off his feet at the 20-yard line, but I have a feeling this one's going to come back, John. We'll see.
Well, I don't think there's any question as to the fact that it's going to come back. Spot foul based on whenever the flags sail across the field like that, like aiming for a spot, you know you got a spot foul coming.
What are you partial to in the flags? Do you like the BBs? Do you like the sand? Do you like
sand because it's a little bit finer grain and there's less of a chance of
holding. Offense. Replay first down.
Well, I was going to say,
I'm
less of a
partial
chance
to
of holding.
sunflower seeds because, you know, as the game progresses, if you're not happy with what you're seeing and you're hungry, you can always take some sunflower seeds out of the yellow flag. And,
Well, I'm always in favor of a tasty snack. I mean,
yeah, we know you are.
I think that you have an interesting point of view.
3 penalties, 20 yards for the Chaps. We'll get an update with Aaron Hogan after this. That's the end of the third quarter. That gives us an opportunity to take a break. Game tied at 17. Let's go back to the studio and check in with Aaron.
Attention to those chaperones that will be playing on Saturday and Sunday. Number 7, number 4, University of Texas Longhorns. Brett Robbins and James Baker.
And Aaron, thank you very much. And Aaron's had a long day. He'll have one tomorrow.
I was about
the
to
Longhorns.
say.
Well, Longhorns take on the Baylor Bears tomorrow.
You guys will have scrambled eggs at Schultz's.
You know, will Baylor rally around lame duck coach Kevin Steele? You'll have to tune in tomorrow to find out on the Zone. Texas and Baylor from DKR Texas Memorial Stadium. Pre-game at 8:30 in the morning. Kickoff at 11:30 on the Longhorn Station, AM 1300. The Zone. Here we have 3 in the books, 1 left to go. John, real quickly before we start this third quarter, actually we're going to have to wait until after this play, but I want you to go over the playoff scenario for our listeners.
Okay.
After this 1st and 20 play. The line of scrimmage is now the 38 of San Marcos as the Chaps started from the 49. The 21-yard pickup to Garza, the penalty, and here we go. They move from our left to our right. Walker back to pass. Throwing right for Thomas. Overshoots him and incomplete. Good coverage on the play by Balboa, and that gives us an opportunity to get the playoff scenarios from the main man, John Medina.
Well, it's very simple if your focus is Westlake and where are they going to be playing. The 2 games you need to watch are this one and the game tomorrow at 2 o'clock between San Antonio Roosevelt and Converse Judson. The outcomes you need to pay attention to are Westlake and Roosevelt. Whatever happens with Westlake and Roosevelt, if the outcomes are the same, meaning they both win or both lose, Westlake is here next Friday night against San Antonio Madison. If the outcomes are opposite, meaning a Westlake win, Roosevelt loss, or Westlake loss, Roosevelt win, whichever way, if the outcomes are opposite, Westlake will play in San Antonio next Saturday at 2 o'clock against Roosevelt.
Apparently some delay. I don't know if there was a timeout. The scoreboard has not indicated that there was a timeout. But
They're eating sunflower seeds.
Yeah. Barbecue's my favorite. All right, here's Walker. Second down, 20 yards to go. They need the 18 to pick up a first down. Walker back to pass. Throws the slant. He's got Garza short of a first down, but a big pickup to the 21-yard line. Rodriguez there on the coverage, a gain of 17. Walker and Garza are really in sync tonight.
They look very good, and again, you're starting to see now they're attacking the middle of that field. We saw the crossing route only a couple of plays ago with Garza. Garza, again, this time on a skinny post. He's got a linebacker picking up that coverage, and we need to remind listeners that Jeremy Reichel, the free safety, who would normally be roaming that area, is done for the game with an apparent ankle injury, and so they're going to be scrambling to try to fill that hole in the middle of the field.
Garza, 5 receptions, 139 yards. Third down, 3 yards to go. Big play here early in the fourth quarter. In motion to the right is Slutz, and we have what appears to be a legal procedure against the offense.
That would be the third one tonight, which may cause some concern for Coach.
Delay of the game. Offense.
Well, delay of game is the call. So I beg your pardon. Either way, it's 5 yards. And so now instead of 3rd and 3, it's 3rd and 8. And the line of scrimmage is now the 26 of San Marcos. They need, again, the 18 to pick up that first down.
Important to point out that while it feels like a lot of the momentum is on Westlake's side right now, we have a tie ball game. It's 17 all with 11 minutes to play. So this is very important for San Marcos to get a stop here.
3 wide receivers, 2 to the left. Walker, short drop, throws the slant in and out of the hands of Joey Thomas. The ball was there, and there were defenders in the area, and Thomas unable to hold on.
Thomas may have seen number 62, Justin Basham, closing in. It looked like he was trying to ready his body for the hit, and in doing so may have just taken his eye off the ball for a split second.
Well, and it would have been enough for a first down. And now a 44-yard field goal attempt, and Richard Gray did convert a 44-yard field goal earlier in the season. Minnick will hold. It will be angled to the left. Here's the 44-yard attempt from Gray, and it is no good, pushed to the left. So the San Marcos Rattlers escape, and they will take over inside their own territory with 10:44 left to go.
You know, by going for the field goal and not getting it, this actually helps San Marcos. This is their best field position of the second half. And that's not saying much. They've started their own 24, their own 5, and their own 20. Now they get the luxury of starting outside their own 25. They're all the way to their own 26-yard line.
10:44 remaining in the game, which is tied at 17. Mark Honig, John Medani, Chuck Licata, glad you're with us tonight. We got an exciting one here at Chaparral Stadium. Pringle off the play action, throws across the middle. Wheeler laterally across the 36-yard line, close to a first down. Forward progress will net him the first down, a gain of 11. Street and Clark tag team him on the stop. You got to be impressed with the arm of Kyle Pringle, who seems like he throws very well off of the play action.
For a team that doesn't focus on throwing, and it isn't a priority for them, you have to be impressed. Wheeler is the guy that impresses me. He's over 100 yards now receiving, and he's very sneaky about it.
Line of scrimmage is the 37 of the Rattlers as they move from right to left. Pringle this time keeps it on the option, spins forward down to the 41, a gain of 3. And we go downstairs and check in with Chuck Licata.
Guys, didn't have much of a breeze to start the game, but now we have a steady breeze going right to left, which means it's at the back of San Marcos. Now, Gray's missed field goal was actually long enough. It was just left. The wind didn't bother that, but definitely a little bit of a breeze and enough to affect the kicking game and the passing game for San Marcos.
Chuck, thank you. Second down, 7 yards to go from the 40. Again, as Chuck said, with the breeze at their back, 4 down linemen and a pair of stand-up ends. It's a handoff, and running free up the middle for another first down is Winton Wheeler. Jordan Street brings him down, gain of 10 when they needed 7. They'll move the sticks, and the line of scrimmage will now be the 50-yard line. So San Marcos, John, we saw with their opening drive, they have the ability to chew up large amounts of clock and large amounts of yardage on a certain drive.
Well, they're very efficient, and they're very good at this, playing even or with the lead. I was curious to see how they would play trailing, and they did trail in this game 7-0 right off the bat. They trailed also 10-3, but since then they've tied it at 10, took the lead at 17-10. Now we're even again. So this game has always been within a touchdown, and it has allowed them to run their offense successfully. I do think it would be very interesting to see if Westlake were to take the lead and let us get late in the fourth quarter and see how San Marcos would operate this offense, because I think at that point they would have to open it up and try to throw the ball down the field.
The clock, game clock, 9:37.
We're going to add 5 seconds back to the game clock. That's what the delay is for right now. I do think it'd be interesting because now the difference in what they've been able to accomplish through the air so far and what it would be at that point is Westlake's defense would be ready for that. They would have people in position. They would back up a little bit, give some underneath stuff, who at this point is able to just airmail it. When they've hit Westlake, they've gone over the top. I don't think they would be able to do that if they were forced to need a touchdown and we were late in the fourth quarter.
But again, everything works off of that running game.
It absolutely does, and you can see why they're averaging 32 points a game and why they've only lost one game. After watching San Marcos live, you know, applause for that Bowie defense. They must have been really amazing to hold this team to 7 points last week.
Well, you're right about that. 1st and 10 now. 9:26 left to play in the fourth quarter. Clock on the move. Game tied at 17. And a wide receiver out to the left. And it is a handoff up the middle to Justin Gonzalez. And Gonzalez able to pick up 3 down to around the 47-yard line of Westlake as Yogi Yokobitis, one of those interior linebackers, makes the stop. And second down coming up for the San Marcos Rattlers. Wheeler on the night has been tremendous. 132 total yards for the San Marcos Rattlers. And a lot of that came on that 80-yard touchdown reception. Wing left, I formation. San Marcos on second down. It's a handoff to Romo, and Romo roars around the right side. Jordan Street makes the stop. He may have lost the football. It's a fumble, and the Chaps have it. Romo put it on the carpet, and the Chaps come away with the turnover.
Justin Romo is out on his feet. Somebody over there should get into his helmet, hold some fingers up, and say, because Jordan Street came up and leveled him, and Romo just coughed that ball up on the way to the ground. It didn't look like a big deal because I really think he was out. I mean, the ball just slipped from his grasp, and Street, just a heads-up play, he just reached down and covered it up. He just knocked him out.
You're right about that.
And Romo just collapsed straight to the ground.
Well, here come the Chaps, and they have good field position again at their own 43. It's Campbell, toss right. Campbell at midfield. Campbell at the 40. Campbell rumbles down to the 36-yard line, but there is a flag down on the play in the backfield. Nate Langford made the tackle. It is going to come back. I think the initial signal is a block in the a block in the back, and it's going to come back. Well, that Campbell, had that run stood, he would have gone over the 1,000-yard mark for the season.
So pitch it again.
Well, it was wide open around the right side.
Offense, 10 yards, previous spot. Replay the down.
Boy, that'll kill you. You got a coach tugging at those hairs, asking, why do we do that? Why do we have to? I mean, that'll kill you.
It was a hole.
Finally get it set up. They got a chance to make it up right here.
Walker, the senior quarterback, 3, now 5-step drop, throws down the right sideline into coverage and incomplete. Gullah was there, and so were 2 defenders in Velasquez and Balboa.
Not only is Balboa getting help now from Aaron Velasquez, who came in to spell the injured Jeremy Reichel, but Balboa is not playing bump and run anymore either. He's starting to play 7 yards off the line, and he's backpedaling as fast as you're running forward. He is not about to let somebody got number 10's ear and says, son, I don't want to see another red shirt run past you the rest of the night.
Slutz comes to the bench. It's second down and 20 yards to go. From the 33 of Westlake as they move into a slight breeze. And it is a handoff around the right side. Running hard is Bailey. Bailey's got 10 back to the original line of scrimmage at the 43-yard line, brought down by Matt Mathis, the 6-foot, 190-pound junior defensive end for the San Marcos Rattlers. Third down, 10 yards to go. Westlake 5-9 on third downs this evening. We're inside 8 minutes remaining in the game. Westlake 17, San Marcos 17. If Westlake is able to get the win, they will win their 12th straight outright district title. A wide receiver either way. Split backs. Short drop, straight drop. And Walker, great protection downfield, just throws it away wisely, and we go back to the studio, and we throw it to Aaron Hogan.
Walker's pass is incomplete, and there's a flag on the play.
Aaron, thank you very much. There was a flag on the play, and the officials are conferring about this one, Glenn. It was 3rd and 10 yards to go.
We had holding on the defense on a forward pass across the line of scrimmage. First down by rule, 10 yards.
That's the second time we've seen that call tonight, holding on the defense, John, and it's an automatic first down.
That's a very tough call, too, for San Marcos, who they're starting to unravel.
And let's talk about the 2 times that's happened. The first time it was a 9-yard sack, and there was a hold, and it actually gave the Chaps 19 yards on the play. And now it was 3rd and 10. Westlake throws it out of bounds, and they end up picking the first down.
Well, and again, like I said, they're starting to unravel just a little bit. Their last 3 possessions now, punt, and fumble. So San Marcos starting to lose it just a little bit concentration.
Walker gunning it down the middle for Garza, who lays out and nearly makes a miraculous catch. But the ground caused that ball to squirt loose, and Garza unable to haul it in at the 10-yard line. That ball was thrown about a hair, just a hair too long, or Garza would have been able to bring that thing in for a monster pickup.
I can't believe he hasn't suffered at least one separated shoulder in his football career. He is forever laying out and hitting that turf with so much force, and he just has no concern for his body. I'm giving him credit. I mean, I just can't believe the way he lays out for balls like that. And that turf is, let's just say it's not mattress.
Well, the only 2 San Marcos penalties tonight, Don, have yielded first downs for the Chaparral, so they've been huge. Here's Walker. Hit as he throws. It's complete to Thomas. Short pickup, give him 5 down to the 44-yard line, and it's going to be 3rd down and 5 or 6 once again for the Chaparrals. Mathis again in on the stop. I think we got to credit these guys on the Rattler defense with Mathis and Langford and Rodriguez and Skrupa. These guys have been all over the place. Balboa's had some great coverage downfield. They're playing very well tonight, and we're inside 7 minutes left to go. Game tied at 17, Westlake and San Marcos.
Both these teams average 30 points or more per game, and we're tied at 17 with 7 minutes to go. That tells you what both defenses are doing.
This time for the shotgun. Call it 3rd and 6.5. 2 wide receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Walker, pressure coming, being pursued from behind. He's going to try to run for it. Walker needs 3 yards, and he is stopped dead in his tracks at the 40. 3 yards short of picking up the first down. What a hit by Mike Rodriguez, and Walker is down. He had his feet chopped down straight out from under him, and he was stopped literally right where he was hit.
Well, it's important to note that as soon as he went down, Walker started banging the turf with his right fist. Now, that could indicate several things. Well, first of all, it indicates
that he's in pain.
Yeah, well, not necessarily. Now, it could just indicate that he knows he got taken down. He also knows that he made a decision to run, and he ended up short of the first down. He's completely cognizant, very aware that he didn't get the first down, and he's upset about that. And he also knows that knee or whatever is hurt and just won't let him get up and walk off the field at this point.
Well, we don't want to speculate on it.
No, absolutely not. But, I mean, when a guy goes down, put it this way, the way that Romo for San Marcos went down, I had some concerns because he was out on his feet. I mean, he looked like
his body went limp.
Exactly. Those are the ones you're worried about. The fact that a guy goes down hurt and then slams the turf with his fist, it tells you, well, whatever it is, he's aware.
And Turner Wimberly is stretching on the near sideline. And Wimberly, you have a sophomore who has 65 pass attempts on the season, completing 33 of them for 513 yards, 6 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. So you got a guy in Wimberly, your backup, who started a couple of games for you. He has valuable experience. Now it's 4th and 3, John, from the 40-yard line. And do you send Gray out there to punt? I guess that's what they're going to do.
That's a field position game. Now, your defense has done the job for you. The last 3 possessions that San Marcos has had the ball, there's no reason not to trust him at this point. And if it is a case of a field goal, we heard Chuck Licata mention that whatever wind advantage there's going to be is going to lie with San Marcos. So you want the ball deep in their end of the field.
6:18 left to play. Here's the punt from Gray. He tries to angle it left. It bounces at the 20, takes a great chaparral bounce, and Westlake will touch this thing up at about the 8-yard line. So the field position game pays off, at least initially. A 32-yard punt by Gray, pinning the Rattlers back to 6:02 left to go. Game tied at 17. District 25-5A still up for grabs. And we played 9 full football games in 3.5 quarters.
You did that fast.
Thank you. It's actually just shy of 3.5 quarters because there's 6:02 left to go.
Westlake needs to play good defense here. 6 minutes to go in a tie ball game.
And we'll get an injury update on Bill Walker right after this 1st and 10 play. It's Wheeler in motion, and the handoff goes. And Chuck can tell us more about the Westlake quarterback.
Well, Mark, as you guys called, it was a huge hit on Walker. He did have the wind knocked out of him. Medical staff is saying he is okay and could return, but Wimberly warming up on the sideline just in case.
All right, Chuck, thank you. Chuck's been on top of the injuries all night, and unfortunately, we've had a lot of them this evening.
Yeah, it's a shame. He's been kind of busy with that, actually.
5:30 remaining in the game. 2nd down, 6 yards to go for the San Marcos Rattlers from their own 14-yard line. Play action. Pringle throws. The ball is caught. It was a low pass caught right near the sticks by the tight end, Hunter Esmiel. Esmiel with an earlier reception in the game. He also had a drop. He's a yard short of the 1st down, and this play is huge now because you're looking at 3rd and 1 deep inside San Marcos territory at the 18-yard line. If they don't pick this thing up, they're going to have to punt.
You see, Mark, that's the inexperience in the passing game. I'm sure that route was designed for him to get 1st down yardage, then turn it to the out.
11 guys within about 10 yards of each other. Quarterback keeper Pringle hurdles over the top. He's across the 20, meaning he has the 1st down, picking up to Donnie Dillard there on the stop. Pringle was very patient on that play, John. Waited for his blockers, waited for the chaparral defender to hit the ground before leaping over him to pick up the 1st down.
Well, the Westlake defense now needs somebody to do something, somebody to make a play. You can see some of the momentum. Pringle all fired up. The fans on the opposite side of the stadium a little bit fired up. Again, nobody has a lead. This is a tie ball game, anybody's ball game. Who wants to make a play?
17 apiece. Pringle makes the handoff. Drops back. Pressure coming up the middle. He'll step up, try to run with it. Hit once, twice. Thanish has him and throws him down after a gain of 3. So Wilson Thanish making a 4-yard pickup. Thanish with just his 7th tackle of the season. And Westlake could have had him behind the line of scrimmage, but crafty running by Pringle to get back and actually pick up positive yardage.
Best run of the night, to my mind, by anybody wearing a San Marcos uniform, because Pringle, Jokovitis had Pringle dead. And just a nice spin move right there at the 17-yard line. Gave Pringle the ability to get ahead and get another 7 or 8 yards.
Now 2nd down. Pringle again to pass, throws across the middle, and the ball is incomplete. What a shot taken by Winton Wheeler. Just Jordan Street laid the wood to the wide receiver. The ball was thrown into quadruple coverage, but the ball was right there on the money had it not been for the great hit by Street.
Now the fans are going to get up here, and you can understand why, too, because again, despite the success tonight, not a passing team. 3rd and 7, typically a passing down, but the Westlake safeties will make you pay if you go over the middle. So very interested to see what play they run.
They need the 32 to pick up the 1st down. Wing left and a wide receiver to the left. Now Wheeler in motion. Fake the handoff to him. Belly dive up the middle. A gain of about 6.
Ooh.
Maybe a yard short of picking up the 1st down. He made it to the 20, and it was Alvin Kennedy up the middle. And 4th and a yard, and now what happens?
Well, you know the overtime rules? Are we solid on overtime?
I'm solid.
I would say be prepared. I really don't know if you can roll the dice and go for this one. I just think that this...
Because if not, you're in field goal range.
You're not, because you're not trailing. You're tied.
Well, they did go forward on 4th down.
I know.
In the 1st half, and they converted that.
It'll be, like I said, at your own 30 to give Westlake that short of field at home with 3 minutes to go. I don't think you can do it.
Well, the play clock's winding down, and they'll call a timeout with 1 second on the play clock, just trying to chew the clock, and I guess they're going to punt. But let's go back to the punter throughout the night. And Mathis has 3 punts, 9 yards, 17 yards, and 40 yards. But Hunter Coleman did return that last one 13 yards. So field position has been huge. And now I guess you got to like the decision by Coach Ron Schrader to have Gray punt the ball the last time they had it.
Well, you play a field position game, and again, a lot of this is predicated on the fact that you're in a tie ball game. You're not in a situation where your opponent can strategically just chew up all the clock. I mean, they have to try to score too. They have to run their offense, so you have chances to make plays based on that. I think it's been a terrific chess match. I think it's very easy to see why both these teams have made the postseason.
Let's go downstairs and check in with Chuck Chicago. Chuck?
Bill Walker is okay. He will return as quarterback when Westlake gets the ball back after the punt.
Chuck, thank you. Well, that could come into play, especially, if you have an overtime game. Well, actually, he's going to get the ball back right now, assuming they punt.
That's going to be very, very interesting. I'm going to be very interested to see if San Marcos is going to blitz. Oh, they're going to go for it.
They're going to go for it, guys. They're going to go for it. And the Westlake crowd on its feet. So is the San Marcos crowd across the way. 4th down, 1 yard to go. Deep inside Rattler territory, 3:07 left to play in the game. It is a handoff at right guard, and the Rattlers think they have it. They do a huge hole at right guard. Great blocking by Daniel Gonzalez and Marcus Bundage. They picked up 4, and it was Romo plowing forward to move the sticks. And now San Marcos is in the driver's seat, John, because they have 3:04 left to go. They still have it inside their own end of the field at the 34. But they maintain possession.
Now you're back to what we talked about before. Somebody needs to make a play. You got to get a stop. You got to get a strip. You got to get a pick. You got to get a sack. Someone needs to make a play.
Tight set. 1 wide receiver to the left. Wheeler gets the call, hurdles a man at the line of scrimmage, 35 up to the 40, picks up close to 6 on 1st down, and it's going to be 2nd and 4 coming up. On the stop is Donnie Dillard. And the clock continues to move. 2:30, 2:29, 2:28 left to play. Westlake 3 timeouts remaining. San Marcos has 2. And if you're Ron Schrader, when do you start thinking about using these timeouts?
Well, they still have to get the ball down the field. I mean, that's the thing, and they're not throwing. I mean, they're just running the ball right now, so they still got to get it into field goal range.
2nd down, 4 yards to go. Pringle under center, sends Wheeler in motion, fakes the handoff to her. Quarterback with feet. Pringle gets a great block, starts out left, up the middle, maybe picks up 2. Across the 40 to the 41 or 2 yard line. Ty Linder wraps him up. Minute 53, minute 52, minute 51 left to go.
Right.
Game tied at 17, Westlake and San Marcos. It's now 3rd and a yard. Remember that big play that they had in the first half, the 80-yard touchdown to Wheeler. They haven't gone back to that since the first half, John. They also had a 57-yard scamper for a touchdown.
They still need a little more than 30 yards of offense to get into good field goal.
Inside 90 seconds to play. 3rd and about 2. Wheeler in motion, out of his wingback position. He gets the toss. Wheeler's in trouble. The Chaps have him. Fumble. The ball is loose. Westlake says they have it, and they do. The Chaparrals recover. It's Landry Clark coming up with the loose ball, and Westlake will have it at the San Marcos 37-yard line. Oh, what a play by the Chaps defense. And they have 1:17 left on the clock and a chance to win this football game.
Talked about making a play, so you got to make a play. It was a great job by the defense, first of all, to have contain on the pitch when it looked like there was going to be something there, and you just got to give Westlake credit. Get those paws in there, start ripping and stripping, and try to make something happen. Landry Clark comes up with the pigskin.
San Marcos has fumbled on the last 2 possessions. Out of the shotgun, here's Walker, fakes the handoff. Veers to his right, throws on the run, into coverage, and incomplete. That ball had a chance to be intercepted. The coverage there by Jesse Balboa, the pass intended for Joey Thomas, and the clock stops with 1:11 left to go. Again, the game tied at 17. The winner of this game wins District 25-5A, or I should clarify, if Westlake wins the game, they are the outright district champion. If somehow San Marcos is able to pull this thing out, we have a 3-way tie for the district champion.
We've got a minute 11 left. Based on the last field goal attempt, I would say they need to get this to a 35-yard try or less. They've still got some real estate before they can give Gray a good shot at it.
It's 2nd down, 10 yards to go. Walker sends Bailey in motion to the right. On the draw, it is Campbell. Breaks the first tackle. Still churning down to 33. A gain of about 5 or 6. Nate Langford, who's had a great game for San Marcos on the stop. And the clock is inside a minute to go. 57, 56, 55 seconds remaining in the contest. Game tied at 17. The line of scrimmage is the 33. Westlake quickly to the line. 3rd down About 5 yards to go. Walker, toss right. It's Campbell with blockers in front of him. Gets a block from Bailey, who's got the first down. There's a flag down on the play, and Campbell is dropped inside the 20-yard line. The officials will blow the clock dead at the 37-second mark. Felipe Villegas made the stop. Let's check the flag.
That is very costly penalty right there. That was going to be the play that got them into field goal range. Now, what was going to be a 50-yard attempt prior to the last play being run is now going to be extended even further because of the spot foul. It won't bring them back 10 yards from the line of scrimmage. It was a run forward, and you have to speculate that that would have been an offensive lineman who was at least down the field a little bit. So you got to figure it's going to back them up anywhere from 5 to 8 yards.
That's our referee, Howard Sight.
So they're at the 37.5, so they lost a net of about 4 yards off the line of scrimmage after the hold. But again, they still need to get Mark, in my opinion, to the 20. They need 17 yards here. We've got 33 seconds to play.
And Tyler Campbell is limping in the backfield. He goes out in motion to the right. Here's Walker, back to pass, looks across the middle, pressure coming. Walker's in trouble, and he's sacked. Back at the 47-yard line, Josh Martinez and Nate Langford may have just wiped out the Chaparral's chance of attempting a field goal. 12 seconds left to play here in this game, which is tied at 17 apiece. I have a feeling Westlake will call a timeout and throw a Hail Mary and try to win this thing at the gun.
Well, I don't think there's any doubt about that, but let's think about this also. If there's a better pair of hands on the field than Garza, I'd like to see him.
Well, the clock expired. The clock expired, so they did not burn a timeout, and that's the end of regulation, John. We played 48 minutes, and the game is tied 17 apiece, which means overtime is coming up. Well, gives us an opportunity to take a short break. Overtime coming up here at Chaparral Stadium. Game tied at 17. Don't go anywhere. Westlake football continues in a moment.
Situation now, and the way that works is they'll have a flip, and both teams will be given the ball on the 25-yard line, heading towards the end zone.
And welcome back to Chaparral Stadium. 48 minutes in the book, end of regulation, game tied 17 apiece, and overtime coming up. Westlake and San Marcos. A huge defensive play by the Rattlers to sack Walker back close to midfield. Westlake did not burn a timeout and throw the Hail Mary at the end of the game, so we will go into overtime, John.
We are headed to overtime, and I don't recall ever being a part of a Westlake game that went into overtime. I'm trying to remember. There was a playoff game several years back in the Astrodome against Galveston Ball that I was a part of, and I don't believe that that one went to overtime.
Well, last year in the playoffs, in the victory over San Antonio,
I think
Madison.
back then, I'm sorry, I think back then it was penetrations. It was an issue of penetrations in it. But anyway, go ahead. I'm sorry I interrupted you.
Well, they went into overtime last season in the victory over Madison, and they won that game 31-28.
Interesting. That could be next week's opponent, depending on how things turn out here tonight.
Oh, that's true. Do you want to briefly go over the overtime rules for those who are not familiar with it? It's just like college.
Yeah.
Each team will get a possession at the 25-yard line. Theoretically, if you win the toss, you want to be on defense, so you know
what you
exactly
have to do.
what you have to do in order to win the game. Each team gets a possession at the 25-yard line. Obviously, if the first team takes a field goal, the second team can take a field goal to put it into a second overtime or score a touchdown to win the game. In the third overtime, a team must go for two on a touchdown.
Starting with the third overtime, right? Because
Correct.
you can extend. Now, the only thing I'm unclear of is how far they will let this thing go on. I have seen games at the collegiate level go 6 overtimes. I mean, you'll have a game that's 10-10, and the final score in overtime is 54-52 or something like that. It's really odd. I don't suppose that we'll get to that extent in this ball game, but I mean, if you're tied after overtime, you figure you've got two very even teams. The one thing I must say that plays in Westlake's favor, if you're starting a drive 5 yards away from the opponent's red zone, meaning starting that whenever you're starting to feel it, whenever you think you need a play, man, I would love to have 6'5" Joey Thomas on my side.
Yeah.
I just, they've got some weapons that are just really, really good to have. Taking nothing away from San Marcos, what can you say? There's nothing you can say. These are two teams that have played 48 minutes. They're tied at 17. They both are going to the playoffs. They're even.
Well, now the officials will bring the captains out. Balboa and Bailey, and Chuck Licata is down there.
We're not able to hear him.
Yeah, apparently we're having trouble with Chuck Licata's mic. But the officials right now are talking to Bailey and Balboa. They will do a coin toss at midfield. Seitzman throws the quarter.
Chuck's in there trying to see. Chuck, you don't need to see. Ref needs to see.
Well, San Marcos wins the toss, and they will elect to go on defense first. And
You want to go towards the clock. Okay.
Everyone always wants to go on defense first, but I think that the ratio is like 50% or something like that.
San Marcos won the first overtime toss and elected to defend.
Okay, so now
Westlake will take the ball, first and 25, going toward the clock. Shake hands, gentlemen.
the Chaps will go into that breeze.
Yep. Well, and you can hear that breeze perhaps affecting the microphone. And now I see the flags in the north end zone, or south end zone, rather, quite a difference. The breeze has definitely picked up. But, I mean, now the only thing you can hope to do is, A, score, and B, try to make it a touchdown and a successful point after try to put pressure on San Marcos. Because, again, with their running style of offense, you know, you're putting pressure on them. They got to go 25 yards in 4 plays.
Well, they will start from the 25-yard line. Clock is not a factor. It is turned off. The game is tied 17 apiece as we begin overtime number 1. Mark Honig, John Medani, and Chuck Licata here at Chaparral Stadium for what has been a terrific football game. Campbell was limping a moment ago, but he is out there on the field.
This is for the district championship of 25-5A.
And Walker is back in there as well. Walker was banged up earlier in the half. 4 wide receivers, 3 to the left and 1 to the right. Make that 2 each direction as Garza goes in motion. Hand off to Campbell, running hard at the 20, down to the 15-yard line, close to a first down for the Chaps, and he looked rejuvenated. He picks up 10, and that run for Tyler Campbell puts him over the 1,000-yard mark here in this season. It's a first down for the Chaps. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. First and 10 from the 15. It's a handoff. Campbell sidesteps a man. He's to the 10, driving hard down to the 7 or 8 yard line, taking defenders for a ride. Velasquez and Basham really had to struggle to bring down Campbell. A gain of 7 and 2nd and 3 inside the 10-yard line, and the Chaps really look good running the football here in this overtime period, John, but struggled to run the football throughout the game.
Well, there are so many things at stake. Not only the district championship, the opportunity to play at home next week. And remember, the Chaps have never lost a district game in this stadium.
Walker twins right, handoff. Campbell plunges forward at right guard. He's inside the 5, close to another first down. I believe he's got it. Rodriguez, the 5'6" diminutive linebacker, makes the stop on Campbell, and I believe they're going to measure this thing. Well, Chuck Licata had a much better look at it. We go downstairs to Chuck Licata. Chuck, vantage point, did he get it?
It doesn't look like it, Mark. They placed the ball, and the nose of the ball is inches away from the 5-yard line mark, so it's third down.
3rd and inches. Westlake, 2 wide receivers to the left, double tight end set, handoff to Campbell. He's got the first down. He's down to the 1-yard line. Tyler Campbell, 1 yard away from giving the Chaparrals the lead. A gain of 4 on the play. Scupa on the stop, the leading tackler on San Marcos, and now it comes down to this.
Well, you're being kind. Scupa on the stop. Mr. Campbell, because he really steamrolled him. He hit him at the 5 and pretty much rolled him down to the 2-yard line. That was quite a physical run. Why not let him finish? Campbell's got every play on this drive.
First and goal from the 1.5. Bailey and Campbell in the backfield. It's Campbell, and Campbell's into the end zone, touchdown.
Now the point after clock, which will be into the line, is extremely important. So nobody can relax at this point, but Tyler Campbell, all 5 plays, he went to 25 yards. What a statement for Tyler Campbell.
Well, Gray has missed 6. Minnick will hold. Snap by Meyer, the extra point is up, and it is Coachman. So Westlake gets the ball first. They go 25 yards, pick up a touchdown. There is a flag down on the play.
Well, Scupa ran into the kicker. Now, I have no idea where you mark that off. I mean, you know, ordinarily you would decline it.
And do
or
it
you
on
wouldn't
the
decline it. You would say the point is good and we will penalize. Now, does this mean they move him off the 25 and move him back away from the 25? I don't know how you enforce it in overtime play. I guess we're about to find out.
Don't forget, UT football tomorrow on the Zone. Number 4 Texas here in Austin taking on Baylor. Our pregame coverage begins at 8:30 from Schultz Garden. Kickoff at 11:30.
5-yard penalty is declined. The point is good. San Marcos will now get the ball. First and 10 on the 25, going in.
Okay, so you're in an either-or situation. That's just how it works. You either accept the penalty and retry the point, which would have been interesting. You know, you go up to the 1.5-yard line and maybe try to go for 2, but no, I think you just take the safe. You've got what you want. Now you got the pressure on San Marcos. They too will work into the breeze going into the south end, and you force them to be good and convert a touchdown.
If you're just joining us, getting into your car from an area game, we are in overtime here at Chaparral Stadium. Westlake on top of San Marcos, 24-17. And now the Rattlers take over from the 25-yard line. Wheeler's in motion. Pringle hands the ball off. Kennedy is ahead for 5 yards down to the 20. He went around the left tackle and scampered for 5. Yogi Yokubaitis on the stop. So it's 2nd and 5. The clock is not a factor. It's been turned off since the end of regulation. At halftime, it was 10 apiece. Each team got a touchdown in the second half, and now we are in OT. San Marcos needs a touchdown to extend this game. Pringle with a wide receiver to the right. And it's a handoff up the middle, and Wheeler, who's had a phenomenal game, picks up 6 and enough for the first down. Landry Clark on the tackle, and they are able to move the sticks. Down to about the 14-yard line, 14.5-yard line, John. So both teams able to run the ball here in this overtime period.
Well, they're very good at it too. For a time I thought that they were working exclusively over the right side. Now these first 2 plays they've gone over the left side, so they're just really, really good at running the football.
Football on the left hash at the 14. The wide side is the right side. Wheeler in motion, handoff up the middle, and it's Kennedy again. And the 5'7" sophomore picks up a single yard and brings up 2nd down and 9 as Yokubaitis and Thanish combine on the stop. 24-17, Westlake leading San Marcos. It's been a terrific football game in terrific conditions. A light breeze throughout, and right now San Marcos is moving into the face of it. 2nd and 9. Pringle fakes the handoff, rolls out to his right, being pressured, and the pass is batted down by Donnie Dillard, intended for Canada.
Oh, was that an interesting play call? Because now, 3rd and 8. You got 2 chances to get these 8 yards because a field goal is not an option here. You've got to convert or at least get the touchdown. You know, these 2 teams have really been fighting all night long, and it's been a very tense battle. I mean, no one has thought about leaving this stadium. The opposite fans are still full of San Marcos fans as well.
And they brought a very big crowd. 3rd down, 9 yards to go from the 13-yard line in overtime. Rattlers need a touchdown. Pringle rolls right, pressure. He's in trouble. Casper's got him. Football. The football is loose. The football is loose. No signal yet. Westlake says they have it. Let's see. It's Jokibitis holding the football, but let's see if it is ruled a fumble, an incomplete pass. They're going to rule it an incomplete pass, and the Westlake crowd's not going to like that.
Well, it's the right call. It's just poorly done because from the very beginning, the official should have stepped up there and said incomplete pass. I guess he wanted a chance to check with his 2 field mates there, but I thought there was no doubt. Now, if anything, there should be a penalty for grounding because I'll tell you what Pringle did was just simply chuck that ball, and the first person hit was a lineman. That ought to, at the very least, ought to be an illegal touch. I have no doubt that he tried to throw it, but then it hit a lineman. That's an illegal touch.
Well, it should have been grounding.
That's fine. Now, either one. You can call it a sack, you can call it grounding, you can call it an illegal touch, whatever you want to call it.
It doesn't matter because right now you're looking at 4th and 9, John.
Well, it would have mattered because intentional grounding brings with it loss of yardage and a loss of a down.
Right.
So now you're talking about 4th and 19 or whatever. I mean, it would have been a really big play, but
the situation is this: 4th and 9. This is the last play of the game. If San Marcos is unable to get it to the 5-yard line,
they need 8 yards. Now, what do you bet? My gut tells me that somehow Winton Wheeler will be involved in this play.
Quickly downstairs to Chuck Licata. Chuck, what do you got?
Mark, just checking where they have the sticks. The Rattlers have to get the ball just inside the 5-yard line for a first down.
All right, Chuck, thanks a lot. This could be your ball game. 24-17, Westlake on top. 4th, and call it 8 yards to go. Pringle with split backs behind him. Tight end set up on the right wing left. Pringle sends a man in motion, fakes the handoff. Pringle the pass, throws to the end zone, overshoots everyone. This one is over. Westlake has done it again. Another district championship for the Westlake Chaparrals. Our final score: Westlake 24, San Marcos 17.
Just a terrific ball game from 2 teams headed to the playoffs. And you know what? Take it beyond that. I got a funny feeling we might be right back here a year from now when these teams battle it out for the district tournament again. We've talked all season long about the contributions that the Westlake Chaparrals have gotten here in the classes. This team is leaving here tonight for Marcus. Pringle is a junior. Romo is a junior. Gonzalez is a junior. They got Alvin Kennedy is a sophomore. You got a funny feeling that San Marcos and Westlake got a lot of respect for each other's programs. 2 programs that haven't played in 6 years. They got it on tonight. They entertained a whole lot of people. They got a lot of respect for each other. These teams are both playoff ready. And I wouldn't be surprised to see them both fighting it out for the district crown again next year.
Well, the Westlake Chaparrals have claimed their 12th consecutive outright district championship. They've won 67 straight district games. Very, very impressive. And Chuck Licata is with the victorious head coach of the Westlake Chaparrals, Ron Schrader.
Coach, it's a beautiful night for football. And man, San Marcos and Westlake certainly crowded house. A great football game.
Well, it takes me back to New Braunfels. I think it was '98. We went to overtime with New Braunfels, and the overtime, it's all up for grabs. And if you win an overtime game, it's almost like winning the state championship. The kids are so excited, and that's why we're playing the game, for our guys to have fun. And, we don't like going to overtime, but if you win the overtime, it's a lot of fun, and I'm happy for our guys because they have some great memory here tonight, knowing in there, especially our seniors, knowing in that 10th ball game, they won an overtime game. And just like I said a minute ago, we don't enjoy, when we line up and when we win it, it sure feels good.
67 consecutive district victories. The national record still intact. Another district title for the Westlake Chaparrals and Coach Ron Schrader.
Well, it's been amazing. I think it's about 12 of them. Whenever that comes up, I always have to think back to 1987 when I became head football coach. And previous year we had gone 2-8, and didn't look like we were going to have much opportunity because we moved from 4A to 5A, and we were having a hard time being competitive as 5A. And in the first year I went 7-3, and then finally won a district championship, I think, in '89. And back then, Reagan and LBJ were the powerhouses in Austin. And in '90, I think Reagan won. In '91, we started winning district championships, and it's been amazing. It's been a heck of a run.
You're gonna enjoy this one, aren't you?
Oh, very definitely. Of course, you can't enjoy it very long because you got to get ready. I think San Antonio Roosevelt plays tomorrow, and that's probably who we'll play next Saturday. But you have to give San Marcos kids a lot of credit. I've known Bruce Bush. I played him a number of times when he was at Gregory Portland, and we were both 4A. And their offense really puts a lot of pressure on your defense, and they play hard. You have to really hats off to San Marcos because they really did an outstanding job.
Coach, enjoy and good luck getting ready for next week's playoff.
Hey, thanks a lot. Here we go. We're going into our third season, and that's what kids want. They want a goal of every high school football player is to get in the playoffs, and hey, we're there. And even though Westlake, sometimes people take it for granted, it is something that we do really enjoy, and the kids have to put a lot into it to get to this point because it's over 100 degrees back in August when we start this thing, and you have to take your hats off to our kids also. They play to win, and heck, San Marcos, they were undefeated up to last week and lost to an outstanding Brewery team, so we knew it was going to be a big challenge.
All right, Coach, thanks a lot. Okay, gentlemen, there you go. A very happy Ron Schrader.